Like
I know that may seem like he just pulled that out of nowhere. He didn't. That's a specific situation. That girl should have put her hands on him.
she tried to, but
It's a Uncle Sam movie. Like, it's an Uncle Tom movie. It's a coon movie. It's a magical coon movie. Yeah, she
then the motherfucker cried during her closing.
need y'all to release yourselves from the shackles of white beauty standards because
What's going on, Miss Fair? You all right?
I'm good. How you feeling?
Can't complain. It's holiday season.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we got to get the people in the mood.
Let's get
Live from Old Block.
let's fucking pod.
What?
I said let's effing pod.
Oh, yeah, you over here wilding out. All right, so let's get to it. You are now listening to Talk FNF TV. I am your amazing co-host, Rhetoric.
Host.
I am your host. You just let it ride. Yo, you ain't got to explain. They gonna hear it.
Okay.
And I got my beautiful and amazing co-host, Miss Reality.
Hi guys.
All right, we back in this thing. We ready to get started.
You know, I just threw up a peace sign real quick, I have been getting dragged as a millennial by who are the younger ones? Gen Z?
Under us, yeah.
Yeah. They've been dragging. I didn't know that this was a thing that we just couldn't stop doing, like a millennial thing. That's us thing.
You got to blame Ash Ketchum for that.
Like, I didn't know that was a us thing, but apparently it is. But
Well, when you got a whole group of kids that grew up on a show that just stopped when they turned 30 years old, like, yeah, it's in their brains.
yeah.
You couldn't wait to do that after you caught a Pokemon. That shit was like the universal gang sign. That was like everybody's. You can do that. You're not false claiming when you do the Ash Ketchum peace sign. You got to catch them all.
Speaking of ass Ketchum, TD Jakes.
I don't know if his ass was catching, but
he be catching ass.
Well,
Allegedly.
Let's get into what happened. This.
Well, no. Yeah, no. He be throwing ass. Allegedly. I whispered it.
That doesn't make it. So there's been some more updates in regards to the Diddy case. A lot of stuff has been going to court. A lot of people have been talking, but we'll just make sure this is unsubstantiated claims.
All alleged.
Like, this came from a TikTok from a woman with red hair that was not her own. And, man, when I tell you she knew the art of capping.
She kicked up a storm.
Like, she was in rare form. Like, that joint was wild. She talking about Cassie did this and turned in this information. And it's like, well, where can I find this at? Where did you know this at?
How come only you have this information?
Detective Diane? Like, what's going on? You all up in the biz.
So explain to the people really quick what she said, though. Do you want me to explain it really quick, what she said in the TikTok?
Yeah, you can break it down.
Okay, just she said that Cassie is turned new evidence into the feds, and in that evidence was Kim Porter's old burner phone, which had like evidence of all of the stuff. She also turned over like all of the videos she had, which included videos of herself getting number one on. So, and then part of this evidence apparently, allegedly had evidence of TD Jakes, Bishop
TD Jakes, yes.
Bishop TD Jakes being part of these sex parties, and also apparently he's a power bottom.
So what you're telling me is TD doesn't stand for top dog.
No, not at all. So,
all right, so that's a lot. We kind of gotta take our time with this one, because
the first thing, there were two immediate thoughts I had when this news came out. First is, what is a power bottom? You know,
things that need to be known.
So I did some investigation for journalism for you guys. So I went.
Hold on, let me guess what it might be.
Go ahead.
Okay, so we're gonna take power,
mm-hmm.
and we're gonna take a bottom.
Mm-hmm.
So again, I'm not the best in the gay lexicon, but I know a bottom is someone who takes.
Mm-hmm.
They do the bending.
Mm-hmm.
Correct? Am I on
Mm-hmm.
base? Am I close?
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
so we got him. He's a bender. Now we just got to figure out he a butt bender. We got to figure out what's some more going on here.
Not a butt bender.
All right, so
what?
We got a butt bender over here. And now we need to know, where's the power coming from? It's not from a thrust, because he's giving, he's receiving, you know? So it has to be from maybe his mannerisms. So maybe he acts like maybe a traditional heterosexual man in front of people, but when it comes to intimate moments, he's bent over crying like a little girl.
Okay, good guess. My first guess was someone who can just take a pounding, you know? Just like
a durable bottom.
Yes. But it wasn't that either. So a power bottom is somebody who was just a dominant bottom. So someone who traditionally they like kind of flip the like heteronormative.
Have you
role.
seen Shameless?
Not completely, only like the first maybe 3 seasons.
There's a power bottom in Shameless.
There's definitely, okay, so the way you act, your personality doesn't really have much to, well, yeah, it does have
that has everything to do with it.
Just only sexually though.
Well, I mean,
so we don't know how he was. I don't know how he was acting
like,
sexually.
Okay, so this is what you're trying to say then. Are you trying to say it's something like
an aggressive
hold on, let me give an example. So you know how a guy will be beating it up and like, oh, I'm beating that up.
Yeah.
So a power bottom is only in this manner where he's like, beat that booty up, boy.
Oh, like I'm
beat up that pussy.
I'm throwing it back.
I'm
like
throwing pussy.
They be riding dick.
So it's a performative matter more than a actual personality.
From my understanding, just a very aggressive, dominant bottom.
Yikes. Because you would think that like the bottom one would be more like, you know, secure, a little more timid in some ways. When you have a exit being explored like that as an entrance,
bottoms don't be timid.
I mean, I don't know. I don't dabble. You know,
bottoms be louder than the tops.
Well, it makes sense though. You gotta make up for something, right? You know, it's just like, so so you think this was a choice, or do you think that there's like a phenotype that requires you to be a bottom? Like, what is the?
I do not have enough experience to
have
even
enough bottom information.
Delve deeper into the power bottom, like.
Well, I mean, like, how do you? Is it a flip of a coin? Like, do you be like, what am I?
Well,
heads your top, tails your bottom.
I think it just has to do with like what you naturally like give, because you can be dominant as a bottom just like you're a dominant straight heterosexual cisgender man. Like the same circumstances can lead to you being dominant sexually.
All right, let's get back to TD Jakes. All right. So I think this is pretty interesting. This is coming out again. We don't have anything to show that this is true or not, but this is very familiar to a former person out here in Atlanta. So I don't know if you're familiar with Eddie Long.
I've heard his name before, but I don't know exactly who that man is.
He was also a minister. He was in the church, and there were some allegations of him touching on boys before he died. Died in 2017.
Oh yeah.
But I seen him before. One time I was in like a restaurant kind of lounge thing when I was younger with my sister, and he walked in. He had like these super tall young men with him. No women, you know, but it was these super tall young men that were with him, and he had like the tightest black tee on when I seen him in there. Like, and I was just like,
I don't like that.
Somebody tried to tell me they played for his basketball team, but man, I seen too many movies.
That would.
I seen too many movies.
Maybe he had the basketball team to do some picking.
No, I mean, like, it's just crazy when it's like all of these allegations will come out. I think even Mace is probably the only person he has, I think, said some things that basically showed that those two guys, Diddy and TD Jakes, were at least had a relationship in regards to like they was partners. Mm-hmm. And so he did kind of give up that. I don't think he's going to say anything about this. I think he minded his business regarding anything further. But if this comes out to be any kind of truth, I'm about to have the best laugh of my life.
It's not funny.
It's hilarious.
But it's hilarious.
Because like I said, most of these guys in the church be on some funny guy shit anyway.
Yeah.
Like, it isn't just the Catholic Church.
But it's just the only not funny part is if he did sexually assault anybody, which allegedly
that's not what he was alleged though, right? I thought he was just gay.
She said that there's a young man who was part of his church that he sexually assaulted. His parents took the hush money. He's older now, and he's apparently, allegedly, pursuing like legal action.
Yikes. Damn. Did he say what? How old was he when it happened?
I don't know. He was underage though.
I mean, of course, but
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly. I don't think she said how old he was.
oh, okay. Damn.
But she said his parents took the hush money and left the church.
Man, they pulled an R. Kelly.
So he went no contact with his parents. He's not in contact with his parents anymore, and now he's taking legal action. All of this is alleged.
Mr. Brown, you tripping, man. T.D. Jakes like Mr. Brown from Tyler Perry.
Oh my God.
This is definitely a Tyler Perry movie. Like, I promise you, Tyler Perry is writing the script right now.
Speaking of Tyler Perry, did you see that video of him donating $1 million to T.D. Jakes, and then he lays his hand on T.D. Jakes' head, like blessing him, and then he starts
Convulsing?
Yes, like he caught the Holy Spirit. Like, you caught some type of spirit because you just got $1 million, but it wasn't nothing holy about that. There was nothing holy about that whole entire scene. I was watching that like, are you serious? You call yourself you call yourself a man of God, and you're fake catching the Holy Spirit because you just got money? You should literally be struck down right now.
Did he speak in tongues at all?
Tyler was.
So they was out there really.
Tyler was speaking in tongues while he was like this, hush, on his head.
So so hold on. Tyler Perry ain't no pastor or reverend.
He is none of that.
How are you endowed with these powers, sir?
He's been dabbling in it though. Of
course his whole art is around it.
Yeah.
I just think that's hilarious that those two guys are linked up together. And we don't have to touch on this one, but it was about something you wanted to talk about. The Keys guy, the actor,
Christian Keys. Yeah, he came out and said that a powerful man in Hollywood sexually assaulted him, but he said that he specifically waited out the statute of limitations for the Survivors Act, specifically so that it wouldn't seem like he was doing it for money. And then he also did not say who it was. So he kind of just left it up for mystery. Everyone, from what he said in the video, there's two guesses that I'm seeing the most, right? So it's allegedly either Tyler Perry or T.D. Jakes. So that's why it's funny that all of this is happening and they're linked to each other. And all the nasty men are linked in some way, shape, or form.
You got to form like Voltron.
Yeah.
But no,
it's not like Voltron. It's like the Rat King. When all the rat tails get stuck together, that's what y'all are, the Rat King.
So did you what was I about to add on to that? Because you just said, so this is what I was about to say in regards to that. So he didn't announce anybody's name. He didn't even put like even no hints, right?
No, he said it was a powerful man in Hollywood. He said that he's worked with him.
Okay, no, this is the reason I wanted to ask, because I don't like that. I was like this when Lotto said her shit when it came to her album. She talked about somebody did something to her in that process and didn't give a name. Don't do that. Especially as a man, you have to be an example. You can't be out here doing that. Put a bullet on that name, because you know what? That's not stopping him from doing it from somebody else. And the fact that you are putting it out there to get whatever you need off, but then not putting a bullet on somebody's name, you are potentially allowing someone to continue to be assaulted today. So don't do that. If you're not going to come out and say it, bro, go tell your parents, go tell your people that's important to you. Don't tell the world if you're not finna do something about it. That shit's corny.
I was against you until you said that people are gonna keep getting assaulted, and you coming out isn't
I understand
really
for the
helping
women.
anybody.
I understand for the women. They can't always take the same kind of punches we can. As men, even when we have been violated, we have to step up, because it's going to continue to happen.
I don't know if I fully love that rhetoric, like as men that.
No, it has to mean something.
Because he still has been assaulted and he still is traumatized, and I don't know what that mental process looks like at all.
Hey, and you know what? You know what else? People who are traumatized, niggas who was in war. But you know what they do? They kept going for their fellow man, because they knew if they didn't stop the enemy. Hold on, they knew if they didn't stop the enemy was gonna come hurt their families and hurt people they cared about.
Okay.
And if you out, you know what I'm saying? My thing is this: we can't. And
it'll be signing up for war though.
But
not
you're not
all the time. People
war.
Get drafted.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's the draft I'm talking about.
Like,
at the end of the day, bro, you got to stand for something, or you gonna fall for everything.
Equating rape and
I'm not
sexual assault with war is
I'm equating a trauma with trauma.
Okay.
I'm equating those two because those are two different types of traumas you can have, and you still got to do it and go out for your people because that's who needs you. Like I said, somebody else could potentially be being hurt by that same individual because of what you're doing. If he dead, then you got to put a bullet on it. But say he's dead. Say the person who did this to me is dead. But I want to get this off, and okay, cool. But if this person is alive, this person's still out here doing. We have a duty to each other as people, and I ain't gonna stay on it too long. But we have a duty to each other as people.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'll say this part. I was talking to somebody who I knew that got assaulted before, and I told her, like, I know it's not going to be easy, but what you're doing, even if you don't get the results that you want, and she didn't, you're still going to be an example of strength to everyone else, to other people, the people who you don't even know. So it's like that's why it's important.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm big. I'm really, really big on that. But let's lighten up the mood. Anthony Edwards, shout out to this young nigga right here, yo. I gotta pull these text messages up, but we gotta get a horns to this young nigga right here.
What's going on?
Yo, this young nigga is legit. Okay, I don't know who your OGs are, but you've been listening to him. So if y'all haven't heard in the news, Anthony Edwards had basically got exposed, for lack of a better term. He had a good old-fashioned IG thotty who exposed text messages from over a month ago, like tacky. Exposed text messages from way over a month ago that showed that, about an abortion that they had, that he requested that, she perform. I'm going to get into some of these text messages, but what I want to ask you, Miss Farrah, is why is this girl thinking that she was going to get, did you think she was going to get a come up? Did you think that she was thinking she was going to get a come up from what you saw so far?
By exposing those text messages?
No, from at the initial conversation.
What was the conversation? Read it to me first. All
right, let's break it down. So these are the first text messages. She sends the pregnancy test and says, I still have an appointment on the 27th. Okay, first off, that's where I'm already going to feel disrespected if I'm him.
Yeah, of course you do.
Because one thing you the joint. Why are you even sending me anything like that? First thing you need to send is, hey, sorry for the inconvenience. I've happened to become pregnant. That's how you start it. Then you can send the text. So already she's violating. So I understand why he says, hell no. I can't do this. He spelled it with a D. D-I, do this. So she goes, so now what? What a great response. Get an abortion. And this is the key right here. Fellas, if you don't do nothing, you need to motherfucking do this. When you put get an abortion, make sure you put LOL. A real nigga like me forgot to do that. You got to put the LOL. Because if you put the whatchamacallit, it's going to sound too stern. It's like you telling her to put a fucking knife in her stomach. You don't want to say that. What you want her to know is like, hey.
Cushion the blow with the LOL.
Yeah. You want her to know.
Kill the baby.
This is the thing that you want her to know. Like, once you get this text message, if you're trying to get out of this is what you want to know from a nigga who's failed to get out of it. This is what you got to do. You have to make her feel like he did. Like, you and this motherfucking kid is not going through a good experience with me. And that's what this nigga did. Because look how he talks to her after this. So she says, honestly, I had an abortion with my son around 2 years ago. And I regret it every day. First, if you aborted it, don't give it a gender. That's weird. Secondly, you're an experienced vet. You know how this goes. Like, you're seasoned.
Get back in the field, ma'am.
If anybody I should be able to trust with this, it's you. You're a seasoned vet in this game. Come on, mama, tighten up. He says, man, you can't force a kid in the world. You don't know what it is yet.
This man is very unserious.
Okay, for one thing right here, this is where you messed up. Don't even worry about what it don't even call it it. Don't even like refer to it as anything other than the situation. And then she says, that's not the point. I said I had an abortion 2 years ago and I regret it. And he comes back with the perfect answer. Yeah, but I don't want a kid. This is like great work right here, Anthony.
Just matter of factly, like, I don't want a child.
I heard people saying he was so cold to her and being mean. Y'all need to understand.
If that's how he feels, that's how he needs to communicate to her. She needs to know that, bitch, I don't like you, and I don't want you to have this baby. And this is I'm scared.
We also need to break this down some more and understand the relation. This ain't his girlfriend. This ain't somebody we seen him in public with. As the old pimp named Slickback would say, this is a hoe. Okay?
Yeah.
So, we go right here. Being cool to you is just to get an abortion by myself and you're not doing nothing, going about your day. That's being cool to you? Obviously, you've been through this before. Okay, so, I mean, we on the same page then.
We both been through this
I'm telling you,
before.
we seasoned vets. Just by your reaction. I will send you the... this is play this shit right here. I will send you money to help you out. That's all you got to say right there. That should have been cool. This after that right here, that conversation should have stopped. This whole thread should have been done.
After that, she should have just started spitting out numbers.
And then this little
negotiations.
Then
back
little
and
goofy.
Forth.
I didn't ask for it, but okay. Which is literally every woman's response to giving them money. You just don't want a baby. Is that why you're saying all of this? Because
didn't he just say that? Just now, like, scroll up. He said that right there.
And then he reiterated, I don't want kids.
Yeah.
Let's handle this like grown-ups. That's player. Let's handle this like grown-ups. Okay, I'm not trying to force you to be a dad to a baby you don't want. I just don't like abortions.
You do. You just had one 2 years ago.
I'm telling you, that shit is your speed.
That's in your bag. I put that on your jacket.
And see, this is the thing that I was vile, and this is probably the most disrespectful thing.
Yeah.
She
I saw this part.
An IA child.
AI.
What'd I say?
IA.
She created an AI image of what their child may look like.
A biracial AI baby.
And then had the audacity.
The goal.
To say, look how cute though. Broken heart emoji. You know how many dead skulls I would have sent after that? That's all you would have got from me, baby girl, is nothing but skulls.
Boo. Bitch, you stink.
Nothing but skulls.
You stink. And that's a L for you all around, because now none of the niggas are gonna want to like take a little dip in that no more. You're a mess.
And see, he a real nigga too, because he kept telling her to send the video. He told her 4 times to send the video.
Let me know.
I need to see you take the pill, and honestly, I need to see you flush I need to see a red toilet. I need to see red in the toilet.
Does that happen?
Sometimes.
Okay, I don't know.
Depending on how far along she is. We gonna have to be like Shawty in South Carolina and just, we gotta flush that down the toilet. Hey, free that woman.
She had a miscarriage.
Thank you. That baby wasn't real. Okay? It was
She
done.
had a miscarriage. It was not in her control. She didn't will the baby out of her early.
And what's she supposed to do? Put her hands in the toilet and grab the dead fetus? No, nigga. You do this. Like every woman does in America. What the fuck? Free that woman. But no, my thing is this. I'm not mad at Anthony Edwards. One thing I am upset with, this nigga apologized.
Hold on real quick. If she fucking fished that baby, that thing out of the toilet and gave it the Heimlich and crushed its ribs, then she would have stayed out of jail.
That's the only thing they're trying to say. Like, people are stupid. Like I said, women have had abortions and have been in toilets, and public toilets have been in all sorts of establishments, and this has happened. Like, this is just a normal thing. If the shit can't pass through, it goes out like fucking blood and guts, and it goes down the toilet.
Yeah.
It's like I said, like this whole that's crazy. That shit pisses me off so much, because you have all of these people who are not what they call pro-lifers. They don't care about kids.
No, not at all.
Y'all care about putting people in more harsh situations than they already are. That's all y'all want to do.
Pro-lifers, which y'all, if you want to get into it, y'all just want to continue the white population because y'all are dwindling. You're losing.
That is one of the hindered agendas of it as well.
You want to stop the white women from killing your white babies. But surprise, surprise, surprise. They having little Jadens all over the world, all over the place. Bunch of biracial babies, bunch of AI babies. Let's get back to this nigga.
But unfortunately, those Jadens are going to Becky's.
To the NBA.
They're going to the Becky's, though. And then we having Patrick Mahomes kids.
Okay. But it's working, and I guess it's working because they breeding the black right back out.
This is what I want to see right here, though. I did not like this Anthony Edwards, because one thing, you didn't have to admit to this. This is a lying whore right now. That's the story you should have played. This shit right here,
Jezebel.
I'm about to read this apology. This apology is slave shit, yo. This is some slave ass shit.
He apologized?
He sent an apology from the team. Well, the team sent an apology, but it was his name on it.
Okay.
So he says
he had nothing to do with this.
I'm sure the grammar is too good for him to have anything to do with this. So I made comments in the heat of the moment that are not me, and they are not aligned with what I believe and who I want to be as a man. All women should be supported and empowered to make their own decisions about their bodies and what's best for them. I'm handling my personal matters private, and I will not be commenting on them any further at this time.
Period. Y'all do what y'all want. I'm gonna do what I want over here though, and she
This
gonna
is
kill
stupid,
that baby.
though. Like, my thing is this: you didn't have to admit that. Who cares if she put Anthony Edwards on the fucking name and then sent text messages out? What's her name? Mariah Mills has been doing that for Zion for weeks. He has not acknowledged her once.
I want Mariah Mills to stop, girl. It's embarrassing. It pops up on my Twitter once in a while, like Daily Loud will let me
She just
know.
dropped a new pack. She dropped a new mixtape. Sure, she going there, bruh, telling him he need to stop eating food and get in shape.
Oh yeah,
But she been on that though.
girl, you look a mess.
But no, she get it. I mean, she telling the truth. Nigga look like he fucking tractor trailer out there. He don't look like an athlete.
I know, but coming from her, like, we know she's just doing it for clout.
Yeah, I mean, but
You look stupid.
I mean, when you do something for
The
clout,
sports niggas be on the sports podcast calling this nigga fat, telling him to lose weight. They been doing that since he came to the league, right? He been fat the whole time.
he been
this
big.
nigga been-
He just started getting fat.
This nigga been chubby. Him and James Harden. Y'all both need to get in the gym together. Get on a weight loss diet.
No, James done tightened up. James done tightened up. He back home, so he tightened up.
Where's
But,
home for him?
LA.
Okay.
But no, like Anthony Edwards, man, shout out, Georgia boy. So we got to show love to you, but don't let them win. Don't let them win. Everything you handle correctly, okay? Now, I think I've heard that he did get his baby mama pregnant, Chief Keef baby mama. They share a baby mama. That's not cool. Like, that's weird.
That's not okay.
Like, that's weird. Like, you were like 8 years old when Chief Keef was when Chief Keef came out. So that's kind of weird. Like, why you shouldn't share a baby mama with Chief Keef? You about to make a lot of money in the NBA. You was more swagged out nigga. Tell that girl to go about her business. If she pregnant, you just get custody of that little nigga, and then tell her to go about her business. Real shit. Or she might flush it too though. She got one check coming in, but your check gonna be guaranteed for a minute.
Yeah.
So
Speaking of checks, Taraji P. Henson is not.
Before we do that, I'm sorry.
That was a good transition too.
It was, but we had to keep it in the basketball.
That was the second good one that I did for the
I'm
time.
not mad at you. But we still got to keep it in the basketball first.
Oh Lord, what else is going on with the
So
basketball?
we're gonna go into the developmental league of the NBA.
Oh my God, so
And
fun.
We're gonna talk about Chance Camache. So
Mhm.
have you heard this name before?
No, I have not, because he is in the developmental league of the sport that I don't watch.
So he's in the G League for the Sacramento Kings, and he has been arrested for murder. Him and his girlfriend.
Murder?
For murder. So
What murder?
Let's tell the story here. So Mr. Camache had met a woman,
Yes.
familiar with her, and he started to fall for her fondly. Let's say.
Mhm.
And again, this is all from the articles that came out.
Romance.
He was with her fondly. She told her of a conundrum she was in. A Rolex was the cause. So what she said was her and another woman had beef due to said Rolex, and she was scared. And you know what they did? They
What?
came up with a plan to get this girl. So this is what I don't understand here.
I just don't get where murder rationally comes into the story, but continue, please.
Yeah, but she was basically saying there's a beef between this girl and her over a Rolex chain. So what she does is she has the basketball player pretend,
I said watch?
a Rolex watch. Yes.
Yeah, you said chain.
Oh, I said Rolex chain. Oh, my bad. It's for a Rolex watch. So she tells him the plan that they come up with. He's gonna act like a trick. So he gets the other girl over there with him. The article that I read made it seem like him and his girlfriend were involved with that girl together.
Mm-hmm.
So that doesn't make sense for the motive. Because what I thought when I first heard this was, oh, buddy had to try to have a threesome with Shawty. She probably was geeked up off some Zans or some fucking coke. and she fucking passed out, and they took her to the desert. What was I wrong? These motherfuckers choked her with an HDMI cord.
What?
They choked this girl with an HDMI cord and took her ass out to the desert.
How? Wait. Okay. Oh my God. Hold on. I have questions. Why?
Because of the watch.
Just
because of the watch.
What was the beef with the watch?
She said that the other girl was going to hurt her because of the watch. She said that she threatened that she either stole it or some shit like that. And she said that girl was going to hurt her for the watch. So they teamed up together to kill the girl that he thought that was going to hurt the girl he fell in love with for the watch. That's exactly how it happened.
I've never called a man a simp in my entire life, but that is very simpy behavior. Because how you do a murder?
You way worse than a nigga that gave $60K to fucking Ruby Rose.
You did a murder.
You're in the fucking G League. You got a chance to fucking do something with your life, nigga. You fucking throw it away to fucking kill a chick over a Rolex?
I have to see what this woman looks like.
They all black women.
I have to see what this woman looks like.
That shit was crazy. I was sitting there like, yo, that is
First
nuts.
of all, I feel horrible for assuming they were all black regardless.
Damn,
Before you told me that, I did. I
thought it was a white girl.
I assumed everyone in this situation was black.
That definitely sounds like a plan from a Zoe. Cause a white bitch would steal a watch, take it to the pawn shop.
A murder because of a Rolex in general gives me African American activity.
Whoa, you're not gonna be talking about my people. That is definitely white trash behavior.
That is also white trash behavior.
That is primarily white trash behavior.
That is definitely meth
100%.
behavior. That is meth behavior.
That is digging hole behavior.
What is this man's name?
Chase Comanche. Comanche. For those at home that's listening. But yeah, that's wild, bro. Him and this girl, they took her out to the desert. Like, this is shit like, you remember that Kevin Hart movie? I think it was a show. The Kevin Hart show on Netflix, where that's what happened. They thought that the girl got drugged, and then he thought he killed the girl he had slept with, and his brother tried to hide the girl.
Oh, yeah. The movie that everyone thought that was about Kevin Hart's life for real because his brother like went to jail. Something and then died or something.
What happened was his brother came out of jail, but what it was his brother portrayed him in the movie. Spoiler alert. Or if you haven't seen it, it was like fucking 4 years ago.
Yeah, suck my dick. It was not a spoiler. You should have seen it, dumbass.
But no, it was Wesley Snipes was his brother in it. But it was just it was inspired by what happened to him in Vegas with his friend.
Okay.
When they did that. So, but we can get off of this. Did you want to get into the Taraji?
Okay, so yes. Like I was saying, the transition is no longer smooth.
Well,
speaking of checks,
no one's checking on Chance at this time.
Speaking of checks, Taraji's not getting one. So Taraji has been on a whole like social media.
She's on a press one for
She's on a press run for The Color Purple. During this press run, she's also been complaining about her pay for The Color Purple. I mean, and just in generally, black women not getting paid enough in Hollywood.
Well, if there is ever a time for a black woman to get on a soapbox, it is when Color Purple is in the theaters.
Okay, period. You're being listened to, I guess.
I mean, they're going to give you a lot, but get into this a little bit more because you know how I feel about it. So we already talked a little bit about it, but
okay.
Let's get into it a little bit more, and then I'm gonna add some more information just to get into what she was basically saying. It was like I said, it was about payment.
Yeah, so she was saying that she was basically just saying that black women don't get paid enough in Hollywood, and that their pay is disproportionate. Black movies in general don't make that much money.
Hey, dang, you just stepped on my point. I'm just fucking with you. No, she everybody at home, she heard me when we talked about it in our pre-production, and she just, she stepped on a young nigga point, but it's continue.
I thought that was part of the thing.
That was going to be what I was going to land on.
Okay, my bad. Let me take it back. Forget I said that. But yeah, she's been on a whole press run, and people have been like bringing up Monique and her whole
her situation with
with Netflix, and
it was with
Tyler
with
Perry and Oprah.
It wasn't Tyler Perry. It was Lee Daniels.
Yeah. Well, Tyler Perry was part of the situation too, because he was telling her to shut the fuck up.
Yeah, he got it. He brought his business, but she was talking to his girl. You can't talk to my shawty like that, Oprah.
Oh my God,
Oprah, you can't talk to Tyler Perry. Oprah is the only woman Tyler Perry gets erected for?
First of all, Tyler Perry gets erect for no woman, but continue. But what? Okay, so Taraji obviously is not happy with her pay and her contract. Her contract is garbage. What are your thoughts?
No, my thing was when it comes to this, what I'm hearing, it sounds awfully like her former co-star, in what was the show they did, Empire, and also Hustle and Flow.
Terrence.
Were you one of the people?
Terrence Howard.
Were you one of the people who made a head canon saying that Hustle and Flow was connected to Empire? I used to do that in my head too.
100%. Because why would you put them together? And then I was like, bro, she ended up in jail somehow because she was his bottom bitch at Hustle and Flow. So she took charges for him.
Well, my head canon was the white girl got killed.
His movie took off. I mean, his music took off while she was in jail. It makes perfect sense.
My head canon was the white girl died trying to break him out of jail. He changes his name. They move to L.A. He takes the other girl, Taraji. They move to L.A. They change a lot of their history, make up some false stuff, and they also blend some stuff when you hear the flashbacks. And then that's when they went forward, and that's why you don't see nothing with his name or nothing, because he changed it, and then she got whatever happened in their show. That was always in my head canon. Sorry, I know y'all don't care about that.
I feel like a lot of people have that though, but
no. What I was just gonna say, my same criticisms with them. I think a large part of this has to do with one of the early things you said. You said that she wasn't getting paid horribly. Compared to who? Based off what? That's the thing that they always never talk about. What are we comparing this to? Because I saw an article that talked about, I guess that she was in a movie with Brad Pitt. And I guess they said she got paid like $150K.
Case of Benjamin Button.
Yeah, I think it ended up being like 2% of what he got.
2%.
But you got to understand.
She was not at the same point as he was in his career.
Yeah, that's one thing, is that you're not going to have that. And two, for a black, she could probably get more if it was a black movie, because black people like her. But she's always, for the most part, outside of Baby Boy, always wanted to be a award-winning actress. So when you play those roles, you're going to get diminished, especially when, unfortunately, I don't want to be mean, but when you're not 100% one of the top most attractive women in the room. Like, when it comes to that, she is attractive, but she's not, when it comes to Hollywood relative, she's like a role player when it comes to that.
Yeah.
So it's like, you want to do all these things, you want to talk about this money, but
I feel her talent has to be like,
I mean, her talent is good. It's not about her talent. And that's what I'm going to talk about.
Because of the fact that she's not the most attractive, she has to be more talented.
What I'm saying is this, and it doesn't even come about her attractiveness. What it is they have this problem in Hollywood, especially amongst the black elites, is that they see their white counterparts making money, getting famous, getting all of these deals, and they believe because their fame is comparable in our community, it should be the same. And it's not. It's not the same value, and it's not the same amount of people that want to see you in their work that we want to see you when you come out to our movies. Like, let's get into this, okay? So this is the point that you stepped on a little bit, but black movies in and of themselves do not make a lot of money. Like, that's just a part of it. They do not make a lot of money. So let's start with the first. What do you think is the number one grossing black movie of all time?
You want me to guess?
Yeah, I mean, that's why I asked.
Well, if I didn't know, I would have, but I do. But I still would have guessed Black Panther.
So you're right. Ding, ding, ding. Black Panther. You know who Black Panther's associated with? Disney.
Marvel? Oh, okay. Marvel.
The whites. All right. So what do you think the second movie is? And this is just while you're thinking about that.
Like the biggest.
Black Panther was $1.3 billion. So the next movie.
That's a lot of money.
I'll just bring it. It's a Tarantino movie. It's Django Unchained.
Which is not what I would have guessed whatsoever.
Django Unchained
not really a black movie.
Came out in 2012. Yes, it is. It's a black lead. If it's a black lead, it's a black movie.
Okay.
That's how Hollywood sees it.
Okay.
So yeah, and guess how much that made?
Much less than 1 point something billion.
It made $426 million.
So
worldwide.
Significantly less.
Probably less than half.
Yeah.
Less than half. So, and that's what I was trying to say is like what a lot of people don't understand is our content does not sell the same way. Your effort and your art is not going to be valued the same way as it is going to be in that white space. One, they just have more people that are going to be out there that's available.
Mm-hmm.
And then second, it's like they created the space. So like when I hear that, a lot of times I kind of want to tell black celebrities that cry about their payment and their money the same thing that y'all tell poor black people. Stop living above your means. Why don't you try that? Why don't you bring it down some? I seen Fantasia talking about she cook her own meals. Oh, boo-hoo. That's so criminal.
Oh, my God.
Like, she made the shit sound like she was in fucking disarray.
You're so poor.
Like
you cook your own meals.
You're struggling so much. And she tried to, save it all. Like, oh, I that's normal. I want to be that and all this other stuff. But it's like, okay, what are y'all complaining about? Because the budget, do y'all look at y'all budgets?
That's crazy that you have the choice. Like, you choose to cook your own meals to stay normal.
Well, no, she didn't. She tried to make it seem like she don't have the money like that. That's what she tried to make it seem like. This is how she lives. She do her own grocery shopping and all that other stuff like that. I would argue it's probably because you're not that busy. Like, that's why you have the ability to be able to do that. People who are booked and busy don't have the ability to do that, and that's why they have to use their money for people to do that for them.
You probably were not cooking that much.
And she probably doesn't live beyond her means.
Yeah.
Like,
and you probably weren't cooking that much while you were filming Color Purple because you were busy.
Like I said, she probably wasn't living above her means. But we see Taraji, we know how she's living.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, my cousin used to be friends with Taraji's sister when I used to live up in D.C. Like, I understand where she come from, and now for her to be where she at now is a big come up.
It is.
That's a big step. But at the same token,
she was poor.
Y'all be overvaluing yourselves. And nobody want to talk about that. And I'm not just saying it's just Taraji. It's Taraji, Terrence Howard. It's a bunch of people who overvalue themselves. Because you know what? When Terrence Howard wanted more money for Iron Man 2, you know what they said? We'll get another nigga. And they did.
Yeah.
And that nigga's still there. Don Cheadle.
And then he's probably been able to negotiate more than what you originally even asked for at this point because he's been in mad stuff now.
Yeah, he's about to get his own movie soon.
He's about to get his whole own movie. You would have.
To be fair, that was like 12 years ago, though. That was a while ago. It's probably longer than 12 years ago.
Okay.
That was like 2010 or 11 when
like the first couple Iron Mans came out.
So yeah, it's been a couple decades, about 13 years.
Yeah, because Iron Man was like the first of the.
And he just getting his own movie. And it's supposed to be coming out with the Armor Wars. But no, like
stay down.
It's just you can do that, but I'm pretty sure he's also looked at his checks compared to like Gwyneth Paltrow and a bunch of other people and like, yo, what the fuck? But at the same token, it's because we're replaceable in their world.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's not hard. Like I said, it's not hard for them to just imagine another Negro there, and that's the business y'all in.
Unless you're like a Viola Davis or like a Denzel Washington, someone who's like a award-winning actor, like can cry snot on cue.
And even then, they still got underpaid in a lot of roles.
They still get underpaid. Yeah,
it's just like I said, y'all want to focus on being part of white Hollywood and trying to force white Hollywood to love y'all and respect y'all in a certain way. That's not gonna happen. And if you come over here to black Hollywood, the bag ain't gonna be that high. You can ask nigga who did Biggie. He's still doing Tubi movies. To this day. That's a Tubi king.
He is not a great actor, and he only got that one big role because he looked like Biggie. Watch the Tubi movies. As far as Tubi movies go,
he's a Tubi legend.
He stands out.
He's a Tubi legend.
He stands out amongst the rubble.
Put some respect on that Tubi legend.
We need to. I do want to do Tubi movie reviews, but I don't want to watch Tubi movies. I don't want to put myself through that. You remember we watched one Tubi movie, and the whole time I was like, why? Why?
What movie were we watching?
It was some hood movie. It was some like something in Detroit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No, we need to watch one because I know my brother introduced me to an actor when I was back in D.C. that he puts out some movies on there too. We need to watch. He's a really good actor though.
There's actually this one Tubi movie that's a little good. It's called Secret Society. It's about these trans girls that were messing with these like basketball player and baller ass niggas, but lying about the fact that they was trans. And they get two cisgender women to play these trans girls. And this is in Atlanta.
How to make it believable.
I know one of these women. She happens to be a client. And fully cisgender women. It's Atlanta. You could throw anything and hit a trans woman.
But I mean, it's
But
it's not just that. I mean, to me, that seems a little wild being the woman to take that role, though. Like, what are you trying to say about me, yo?
It blew up. They got 3 of them now.
Hey,
I gotta watch
Hey,
the
shout out
next
to the
2.
Tubi movies, yo. There's a lot of niggas in the director field that I be seeing y'all niggas hating. Y'all gotta stop that.
We gotta make a Tubi movie. I feel like Tubi just got an upload button.
Nah, they in control of everything.
Nah,
Like say if we wanted
they
to upload
definitely
the
got
pod.
an upload button.
Like say we wanted to upload the pod to Tubi. Tubi scheduled it. Tubi does all the scheduling when it comes to that. All you do is you send them the movie, and then they'll let you know when they're gonna release it. All right, so Jonathan Majors is back in the news. The trial has concluded, and we have a verdict.
Guilty.
Well, don't do it like that, because now you sound like the whites. Don't do it like that. He was not guilty on 2 charges.
I mean,
he had 4 counts that he was up on.
Okay, so which charges was he guilty
of? Anything that was unintentional. If it had unintentional next to it, it was harassment. I think it was 3rd degree harassment or whatever, and 3rd degree. No, 2nd degree. 2nd degree, both harassment and assault. Unintentional in both. And he could potentially face a year in jail. All right, man. Do you want to say some stuff first before I go?
That man not doing jail time. I don't think he's doing jail time. That's also, didn't he well, can you explain what happened with the case and like
if I explain, I'm going on a rant. So I just want you. Do you want me to do that? Because I got a lot to say.
I don't have that much to say, so you can go ahead and go on your rant.
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, what y'all just witnessed today was a public fucking lynching. Okay? What y'all saw was Emmett Till. What y'all saw was a gross miscarriage of justice.
It was, yeah.
Okay? So this is what's going on. For y'all who don't read, who don't know what was going on, again, we made our jokes and stuff like that. We talked about the text messages and things like that. Cool. This is what was going on. When this case started, the event that transpired was the day in question that started from the SUV.
Mm-hmm.
From the SUV, from the track race through New York, all the way to her going out and ending up drunk back at home, to him calling the cops, which got him arrested. So that's what a lot of people don't understand. This bitch ain't called the cops. He did. She was passed out drunk on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
This nigga, all this happened because of what happened with him. Because he called the police trying to take care of her. Like I said, I understand what happened in September with those text messages makes many people to believe he was abusing that woman. That's fair. You can come to that assumption. It also makes it seem...
Those text messages were very weird.
But it also makes it seem like she was violent as well. And that she also had her part to play.
Yeah.
So we can add all that into this. But unfortunately, these events do not correlate. Unfortunately, they do not. For everybody here who wants to shit on Jonathan Majors, y'all want to call him all sorts of names and all this stuff. I know you mad he fucking on the white women and doing all this X, Y, and Z. But the day in question, the events that transpired, that was not anywhere near enough for a jury to be able to do what they did there.
Did they not use all of his history and stuff?
So I'm glad you mentioned that. So let's bring that up here because there was some information from the DA that I found pretty interesting because it almost stated that we did this not from what happened on the day in question, but because of what we believe happened in regards to history. So I'm going to just paraphrase a little bit, but it says right here, today, a jury determined that pattern of abuse and coercion culminated with Mr. Major's assault and harassing his girlfriend. We thank the jury for the service, yada, yada, yada. Okay. So this is what that Megan girl, the one who was doing Megan Thee Stallion's trial or Tory Lane's trial.
Mm-hmm.
That's what she
Milagro?
put out. Mm-hmm. She also came out later, which was pretty interesting, and I respect her because she was being a journalist. She had made a note that she had stated some things wrong, but not just her alone. It was, pretty much a lot of people in the media. So I'm bringing this up here because I think it's very, very important that we make a knowledge of this. Because like I said, I see a lot of people bringing up these conversations and putting names on things But I promise you, if your brother was in this situation, if somebody you knew was in this situation, if this nigga wasn't famous, nobody else would be upset about this. Nobody else would say, "Oh, he needs to be taken down a peg." So let's get into what she said here. So basically, she was saying regarding what Jonathan Majors was convicted of, there was some misinformation out, including from me. Both assault charges related to what happened inside the car and the harassment charges. So we couldn't see exactly what happened inside the car, but we could see that, hey, he pushed her into the car and tried to get away from her.
Mm-hmm.
One other thing about that too. Let's stay right there too for that moment. So she did admit she grabbed his phone, right?
She did, yeah.
Where I come from,
started all of the nonsense.
Where I come from, if I take somebody's property and they take it back from me, that's self-defense. Mm-hmm. So anything you do to obtain your property back is self-defense. Y'all want to take another thing what happened with little old Grace? Grace was charged. You remember that? Grace was charged.
She was, yeah.
And then the authorities told her they weren't going to, pursue them.
Yeah.
Correct. So, again, very interesting to not show this man was fucking railroad.
He was.
So you're trying to tell me we get into an altercation where she starts it by taking my phone and she doesn't get charged as well? The charges don't happen if she doesn't do what she does. So that's why I have this big problem with this, because y'all see this black man, y'all see the successful black man, and y'all using him for this particular incident to take a shot at every black man that ever hurt you. Y'all using this, calling him all sorts of names when you can look at this fucking evidence. And you know for damn well nobody in a right mind would make that determination. If he hit her in the car, you don't think that nigga who was driving would have heard it?
He would have.
Like, I understand he said he didn't see anything, but if I hit somebody in their face, you going to hear that pop.
This really makes it apparent that it doesn't matter what type of black you are. You could make yourself the most respectful black, the most artistic black, the most talented black. You could be the black in the closest proximity to the shiniest white. But it does not matter, because this is still going to happen to you. You're still going to be railroaded in this way. So that this is what the lesson that I've learned. I knew this, but this is the lesson that everybody should learn from Jonathan Majors being guilty.
So I just want to
on both these counts.
And I just want to add this last part. So basically, in regards to the assault charges related to what happened inside the car, harassment charges related to what happened outside the car, this means Majors was convicted. She put capital WAS, was convicted for Jabari's finger injury. The jury ruled it was reckless but not intentional, but the assault is for the finger injury. Are we
this
fucking
man
serious?
Lost the Marvel bag. We lost Kang the Conqueror because of her finger.
He had way more movies than that, too. He had way more endorsements. Because your finger
Run
got
back
hurt.
Lovecraft Country, please.
So because your finger got hurt in an altercation that started with you taking my phone, this black man has lost everything. And people have the nerve, the unmitigated gall, the audacity to sit here and grandstand, virtue signal, like there's some type of saints out here. It's fucking disgusting. Shit is vile, yo. This is a public lynching, and we all should be taking note. If you have kids, you have sons, they should be aware. Because this is crazy. That man was defending himself and running away. If something happened on September in 2022, and you believe he did something wrong to you, take him to court for that, Grace. But not for this. This ain't it. You started this. And I'm not done yet. Priya, get your ass to the front. Priya Chandra, you need to be disbarred because you are the worst lawyer ever.
Where did he get this lawyer from?
He clearly got her from India. He clearly picked her up from there.
Well, yes, she's obviously Indian.
I don't see where he would think this would be the lawyer you would want to have. She already fucked up with the first group of text messages she released.
Yeah,
Then the motherfucker cried during her closing. She cried while she was giving her closing. Yo, this is freaking ridiculous. I understand you want to do the woman. Get a white woman. If you want to keep a woman, get a white woman. But you should have got a man. In this kind of case,
you should have just got the best lawyer that was available to you,
And it wasn't
regardless
Priya.
of race or gender.
it wasn't Priya. Priya, you don't ever need to represent anyone. Ever.
Priya is not
you
going
need to be a divorce lawyer. That's what you need to be. Because all you good at is starting mess.
She's not going to be able to represent anybody after a high-profile case and losing it like this, and as many slip-ups as she's had. Like
she's the reason those September text messages were released.
Yeah.
Like, everything about this was your fault. The fact that you didn't harp.
Those were the worst part of his case. That made
was where
him
the pattern
look the
came
worst.
from.
Yeah.
So like I said, that's why this came from people wanting to say, hey, he didn't do this here, but he did do something before, and that's when we're going to nail him. And that's fucked up. That's fucked up. Priya, you suck. You suck. Get another job. Start over. Because being a lawyer, you're trash at. The fact that you didn't yell to the top of your lungs self-defense, not once, when this man, but see, that's why you can't have.
I wonder what New York self-defense rules are, though, because Georgia is very, like, you can kill a motherfucker.
But it's not even about that. It's not even about the whole self-defense thing in regards to it's just about putting that language in the jury's head.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, honestly, and I don't mean to sound crazy about this, but it's because she is a lady. That is a reason why her mind isn't going to think of something like that. A nigga is going to go straight to the self-defense.
I don't think it's because she's a lady. I
Yes,
think
it is.
it's because she specifically sucks.
No. Because it's no way that you could be that bad where you don't even do the easiest thing. She stole the nigga property.
But I just think that's why I think it's because she's a terrible lawyer. Because who wouldn't immediately think of a self-defense?
Because you got to think about it. What
if that was just not a basis at all?
I'm about to show you. What do a lot of women, when something happens to them in regards to getting assaulted, what do a lot of them feel like is the reason why it happened? Because of what?
When they get assaulted?
Yeah. Because of what? Because of something they did. A lot of women will tell you they felt like initially they felt like it was something they did, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that is how y'all brain said if something's happening, it's because of you. So when she sees this situation, she's not looking at it like a man where this is my property. It don't matter what's in it. She's looking at it like a woman where, oh, you're texting another woman, so it makes sense why she's going after your phone. That's for real. That is how y'all think about it. So she's not even going to say it's self-defense. Because she's thinking about it like a woman. And that, I mean, I'm not trying to...
I just looked it up really quickly, but the self-defense is complete. Like, it's the same in New York. So,
I mean, you can't shoot nobody, but that's because of the gun laws.
Yeah, the gun laws, but you can defend yourself. So you may use physical force upon another person when and to the extent you reasonably believe to be necessary to defend yourself or a third person from what you reasonably believe to be the use or imminent use of unlawful physical force by such person.
Like somebody stealing your phone.
So if somebody's taking your property, then that would be unlawful physical force, and New York would definitely. But like that's a quick Google. Like
we did that, Priya. She should have paid us. And we would have got to hang out with Megan Good. Oh shit. But nah, Jonathan, man, hey, I hope they just get I heard might get this nigga 3 years community service. That's too much to me.
That's a lot.
But he ain't gonna do
it. They would only do that to make him an example.
Yeah,
because
they're gonna show out on his ass.
Yeah, they will, which is unfortunate because, man, you should have just got the best lawyer you could have got. Honestly, it was probably for optics that you got a female,
but this
colored
is somebody
lawyer.
But this is clear.
Person of color.
She was the same lawyer who released the text message. So clearly, this is somebody who's been working with for a while. So he trusted her. I'm pretty sure. This wasn't probably just because of the whole her
You
gender.
think this was his lawyer?
I mean, this was the lawyer
prior to this happening.
This was the lawyer who released the original text message of Grace saying that she was trying to recant everything.
That was after we. But like,
that's what I'm saying. That was the first stupid mark.
No, I'm asking you if you think that she was his lawyer pre-assault everything. Like this was just his regular lawyer.
Oh, I don't know. She could be on retainer. I don't know. Usually, don't keep a criminal lawyer on retainer.
Yeah, so
that's
like
what I was saying, but we don't know.
I think he hired her for this specifically.
But she could have dabbled though.
And then doesn't it also? I'm not sure. This is only in like movies and like all of the shows and stuff. I be watching like Suits and whatnot. But doesn't it look bad when you get a new defense attorney like in the middle?
But I'm saying it wasn't in the middle. That's what I'm saying. He could have,
Or in the
before
like
he started.
at any point does
No,
it not look bad
no,
when
it
you
only
switch?
it only looks bad if the trial has started.
Okay.
If he would have not went into trial with her, if like she would have been his lawyer that just handled, general PR work and stuff like that too, and then she did that, and he was like, "You're stupid. I'm getting you out of here. I'm getting somebody else in." Then it wouldn't have looked crazy.
Okay.
But it looks crazy when everybody who you work with drops you. All your agencies and all that crazy stuff like that, all that nut shit like that, where they all drop you. Then Disney does it, right, literally queued up, had that shit in the drafts.
But we knew that Disney had that in the drafts because they had like a whole different, all of the little nerdy shit that you be watching, that we be watching. Like they have a whole nother villain like in the clip.
Yeah, they having conversations of it.
Because the whole, like, this arc was supposed to be very based around King the Conqueror.
Mm-hmm. No, you're right.
So they have to switch their whole shit, all of the everything. They had to have this in the clip for themselves.
Yeah.
So they could switch up the story so it could still be interesting so they don't lose millions upon millions of dollars because this nigga wanted to fuck white women. And this is why
no,
the
I'm
last
not letting
thing...
you do that. I'm not letting you do that.
The last thing I'm going to say about this is y'all need to stop fucking with these white women.
Okay. So, you want to stop fucking with white women? There's some black women here, too, that done a lot of things. Have you heard of Miss Robin? That wasn't her name. I almost put that on you. My bad, Robin Givens. I almost put that on you. You remember what?
She say?
Huh? No, but do you remember what's his name? Mike Tyson?
Mm-hmm.
Mike Tyson said that the woman on him was lying.
Don't bring up the once in a while when a black woman does
once in a while. Hold on, let's do another.
Like
instance.
because historically, white women have lied on
black
men,
Thomas?
and it's been
Earl Thomas?
Historically, white women have lied on black men, and it's been very dangerous when they do so because black men mad long ago was getting lynched for touching white women. White women was fucking on black men and then lying to their husbands, talking about he raped me.
And nobody's
That's
saying
what I'm
that.
talking. Historically,
I call this Emmett Till.
That has literally been the thing. Don't bring up once in a while, every couple years.
I got some more.
Every couple years, when a black woman lies for whatever fucking reason.
I got Earl Thomas. His wife pulled a gun out on him. She's a black woman. So again, there's a y'all aren't beyond that. I saw a tweet that said all women are white women.
That is the most horrendous thing you've ever said in my presence.
I didn't say it. I repeated it. That's totally different.
Is repeating something not still saying words?
It's a different way of saying it.
Okay.
But no, it's real though. You can't act like that. Like, let's not say that because when you say that too, you almost like it seems like black women gonna take more. And like that's okay. That's not okay.
We're not gonna take more. We're just not gonna make up shit. We just gonna leave you.
Nah, black women make up shit.
Like I'm not about to
Tupac. They said Tupac.
I'm not about to get you in trouble with the law.
That sounds sweet. That sounds sweet. And then when we dive deeper, y'all will go to the law when it behooves you.
Only if I'm in imminent danger.
Even if it's convenient. We done seen plenty of women who just
there are women who just be calling the police.
Yeah. So let's not act like that. All right. So let's touch on this real quick. Omni the Hellcat. Are you familiar with his work?
The scammer?
The PPP loan scammer that was flexing a few years ago?
I don't remember him flexing.
Oh, he was flexing hard on the gram.
But that probably was not in my algorithms because it's only baddies in my algorithms who like do their hair and makeup and put that shit on.
So this nigga right now is about to trying to move $25 million of his asset to his girlfriend because she broke up with him because he was cheating. Now, this is what I don't understand here because I know niggas do be fucking guards. But this says Omni the Hellcat's girlfriend broke up with him while he's in the feds after finding out he was cheating with over 100 girls. I assume
while he was out.
He was free world. Okay, that was free world pussy. Okay.
Yeah, because the bitches probably was like, "Oh, free my nigga." Because you know how when a nigga die, like when a rapper die, like all of the bitches come out the woodwork posting the text messages like, "Oh, we was just together last week."
I don't never know how to hold it down. Like
this is probably he probably went to jail, and then all the women was like, "Oh, free my nigga, we was just together."
I hate.
And then she was like, "Oh," and then it just kept coming.
I hate to see.
Kept coming. I
hate to see.
And of course, girl, as soon as that nigga went to jail, you should have moved around. You should have been like on the phone with him whenever he do call you, because if he still got money, then you need to keep that. Don't burn that bridge, but move around. You free. He's not. What the fuck is he gonna do? What? Move around, ma'am.
See, this remind me of like the time when I learned Facebook showed everybody who you put the relationship with. So like you may have put the girl name in there thinking that nobody was gonna see it.
Nah, everybody sees it. As soon as they click on your profile, in a relationship with, and then you can click on her profile and see her.
That's what happened to me, and I was like, that's what I felt like when I seen this. Like I was like, that happened to me, and I was like, damn. Had to start back to square. That was a lot of lying I had to do over after that. Come on, man. You know I got hacked. I was the first nigga to say that. I was the first nigga to ever get hacked.
Soulja Boy is about to burst through the door and punch you in the dick right now because you said that.
And then I'm going to call Blueface to punch him right in his shit. Blueface is a real boxer.
Nah, I want to see that fight. I want to see that Soulja Boy Blueface fight. I feel like that is going to be, I need them to just do a boxing fight, and then that's gonna be like two skinny niggas with crackhead strength, just like wham, whop, whop. It's going to be very entertaining.
If they end up fighting, because I don't know if y'all heard, Soulja Boy and Blueface have been beefing on the internet. I think
knocked my drink over again, guys.
I definitely think they're going to bring back the 90s blood and Crip beefing.
Let me look at the camera real quick, see if my feet are in it, because these niggas be going absolutely fucking insane, and I don't need... Nope. Not today. Continue.
No, I was saying I think Soulja Boy and Blueface are gonna bring back the Crip and blood beef, like single-handedly. Like I think they're gonna bring back 90s beefing. Like they're gonna do 90s banging and 90s beefing. I want to see it. I'm here for the Pyru pimp in the neighborhood Crip. I want to see it. Is
that what Soulja Boy calls himself?
The Pyru pimp?
Yeah.
No, but Pyru means pimps in red uniforms. So. I told you I stay with them acronyms. I know the gang shit, yo. I used to watch Gangland heavy. Gangland was crazy. All right, I think we should give some applause for Quavo. Granted, I think it was a little bit of capping that he was doing. But did you see that video?
So Quavo did one of those little videos where it was like one rapper or 200 women or however many women. And then he's like standing there and it's women just coming up to him one by one. They do a little like, hey, this and the back and forth or whatever. These women were feral. Okay? Girls were just walking up like, suck dick, suck me, suck dicks. Like,
to be fair, once y'all know the nigga has money or he's status, that's the mode most women get into.
First of all, I'm so corny. I would literally be like, you have money? Okay. That's how, whenever like I see celebrities, I try to like act like I don't even know who they are. I'll just look at them and like be like, okay.
Well, you just, because you mean like you did Jada Waiter?
I saw her today.
Oh, you did? Did she remember you?
What? I never actually saw her in person.
Well, I'm saying when she looked at your pictures.
Well, she probably did, yeah, but it was just like I made a comment and then she replied on Instagram.
I thought she DM'd you.
Yeah, she replied. Because I made a comment on my story, so she replied to my story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, you must don't have a memorable face.
Whenever she didn't come into the boutique, I just was like all the way over there. I was like, oh, that's Jada Waiter. But goddamn, I don't even remember what I was saying.
We were talking about them talking about people because I said you said something about her, and then you brought that up. You don't
nope,
remember?
Lost it. It's gone.
Dang, girl, we was talking about the Quavo shit.
Oh yeah, so I was saying that Dumb Bitches was feral, definitely. I was saying that when I meet celebrities, I try to act like they're not even nobody, like I'm not even impressed. I'm kind of disgusted with you being here right now because I'm trying to act so cool. So I would not act like that. I wouldn't be like, ooh, let's go in the back.
Wasn't it like a dating show?
It was like a dating show, but like you could like keep it cute. Like what?
I mean, they know. I mean, most of these women know what these niggas want.
Plus, also, I know that everyone's going to be throwing themselves at you. I know you can get anybody. Like, I'm not about to outwardly be like, you can fuck right now.
Fair. What you have to understand is probably 80 to 95% of those women that were in that line had nothing else to offer. They probably get headaches when they read books. They probably can't tell the difference between
the misogyny is oozing out.
They can't tell the difference between salt and sugar. They allergic to Ajax. They hands can't. They wrists start hurting when they start scrubbing. Like anything that you would really want to know about somebody, any kind of skills they may have, any interest, these women don't have it. All they're focused on is trying to get to the next lick.
Yeah.
I appreciate that you ain't one of them and that you're not familiar with this, because again, this is something I've seen far and wide. You can tell when these women don't have much else to offer. You can hear in their conversation, you can hear in the word choices that they use, that they cannot extrapolate more information out because they don't have any. The more that they got was because the nigga on the captain on the football team fucked them, so that's what they got acceptance. Then the backup when they got to another fucked them. And then that's where they kind of got their validation and things from. The nigga who was selling drugs at the time and who's the next nigga to get caught. You know, that those are the type of niggas
just
they were going after.
Just the lit niggas in general.
I mean, unfortunately, that's what y'all.
The niggas who are lit to, you know.
But no, it's like I said, that's why it was funny to me, because it's like, of course they don't even have the ability to know discretion. Like it used to be when we was coming up, the hoes knew you didn't do that on camera. You acted like a regular girl on camera.
Yeah.
And then you acted like a hoe afterwards to get what you want. These women, they haven't seen nothing different.
There's literally...
That girl was 22.
A lady in the street and the freak in the sheets. Like, niggas have been saying that for mad long. You have to have some type of decorum.
But even when the decorum is like, that's even out of this. They're on camera. So it's like they don't even have the ability and the cognitive knowledge to know I need to portray myself a particular way while on camera.
Yeah.
She looked like she was ready to drop. If he gave her $500, she would have popped some dick in her mouth.
She would have.
Like that's how she was coming off, and these women don't.
There were probably a couple. Like if I'm a OnlyFans girl and I'm going there just to like be seen and to get my shit off, I'm coming there like dicks, you know.
But
probably,
but
that's the only thing.
But even that space ain't even for it. You might as well better off going off the Fresh and Fit, because at least you gonna be able to get your shit off and actually show something that people maybe want to see. When you do that, especially that ugly ass dress that girl had on, like you pretty much lost.
There were multiple girls though. Like I don't know
but
which
I'm talking
one
about the main one, the one that was 22-year-old that was talking about fucking a nigga right then and there.
Okay,
the one that went viral.
Yeah,
that's the one I'm talking about. Ain't nobody else to talk about because the girl behind her was heavy.
I mean, no, on TikTok a couple of them. I saw like a couple girls. Like one of them.
They was all on the same time.
Yes, there were a lot of them. That was just like dick. Taking dick, sucking dick, like that's my talent.
But they don't have nothing else. That's what it is. Like to me, that's why the rise of OnlyFans is becoming the way it is, because a lot of people are accepting the fact that no, I bring nothing else to this world but the fact that I can be a sexual tool for somebody else. And like a lot of people are coming to that conclusion. That's why you see it being so rampant. Like people really are not feeling good about themselves, I would assume.
Mm-hmm.
Or they come to a realization and they just like, hey, fuck it. I mean, it's going to be interesting to see where we go from it. Like, I'm not one of those people who are like, oh, this is destroying society. But I do see that it is a culture of commodifying ourselves. And I've seen what that's happened in other countries like China and Japan. When you commodify even intimate relationships. Like, I understand there is like no crazy like, oh, this is what we're like our souls are supposed to be tied together. Like, I don't believe in that. But I think when you take it from from some type of spiritual like thing, connection that people try to make up in our heads to a transaction, it's going to dilute people a little bit in its whole, in its totality. Like I think that's why you have people that are just like meaner a little bit more or less empathetic, and it just stems from like kind of all this that we getting pushed, we commodify so much.
Mm-hmm.
But nah, it's wild. Hey, Superhead. What you did to fucking Eddie Winslow? What's that nigga real name?
I don't know his real name at all.
Don't worry, I got it in my likes. Superhead, what you did to that man, you need to go to hell for that. Real shit.
But what did she do to him?
She completely dismantled and destroyed this nigga to the point where he is now refusing to do anything of the heterosexual variety, even be a stand-up man and pay his child support. That's how much she destroyed him.
So,
and he out here with Sydney Starr. So, Family Matters star Darius McCray arrested for the second time for failure to pay child support. And then this nigga smiling, big as hell.
In that mugshot, that nigga is not paying that shit.
Like,
period.
I don't think people understand. Y'all need to watch Superhead's old interviews when she used to talk about their relationship. She used to be
he's who she was talking about?
When she used to say the shit about Lil Wayne and how she used to get on her hands and knees when that nigga spoke in front of him. So could you imagine this? Okay. My beautiful wife.
Wait, okay, so you are with me. We are together. Physically. Yeah, there is another man speaking and I get on my hands and knees in front of you to listen to him?
But that's not even the worst part about it. When you talk to me like I ain't shit. You talk down to me. Every day I see you, you on 10 talking down like I ain't shit. And then when this nigga utters a word, a syllable, a sentence, you are on hands and knees in front of him, in front of me. Coming home late, all sorts of shit she was talking about doing.
I remember her saying that, like, regardless of what time he called, like, she was leaving.
Yeah. So could you imagine what that going through? And
she would be gone for maybe like a week.
And
whenever he did call. And that was it. Like, she did not give a damn.
And so that's why this nigga is where he is at now, where he's like, fuck these women so much that, hey, I want a boy that's looking like a woman.
That's very problematic.
Is it?
Because trans women are women.
They are women, but I'm saying in his mind.
So you saying.
But in his mind, we talking about a problematic, damaged mind. This is what his mind is saying.
You were about to say homosexual.
No, I wasn't.
You said mind.
I was going to say homophobic mind, but he's not homophobic.
No, definitely not.
But a heterosexual male that he still believes him to be, he has been destroyed by this woman to the point now where he's going super misogynist, where he's like, hey, I don't even want no biological women. Everything around me dicks, and I ain't paying child support.
Sydney Starr probably doesn't have a dick anymore.
Come on.
Bro, Sydney Starr has been trans for mad long, and she has mad money. Like, she probably got the bottom surgery at this point.
We need to interview her.
She probably...
Does she got an OnlyFans? I'm pretty sure it's on the OnlyFans. Check her OnlyFans. We'll check to see if she got an OnlyFans. Well, I don't want to see it, but I'll give you the money so you can look at it. But I don't want to see it.
I've watched a T-Girl video once in a while.
T-Girl is wild.
Listen.
Let me ask you a question.
I just be clicking on shit, for real. Like, whenever I say I've watched this...
I don't even watch strap-on, like, when it's two girls and a girl wearing a strap-on. Definitely not watching T-Girls.
That's definitely not watching that. I'm watching T-Girls with...
All right, let's get dark for a little bit.
Dicks.
Gross. Let's get a little dark real quick, yo. Let's get off the meaty dicks.
What was I supposed to? Oh, I'm gonna see if there's any spicy content.
Let's get into this. So we were talking about this a little bit beforehand with the mother of the daughter who lost her life after her wedding. You remember that we were talking about that?
Yes. So, I'm sorry, I just can't type and listen and reply at the same time.
I forgot.
You gotta.
I gotta be mindful of the.
You gotta give me something.
I apologize. So, okay, so this, I don't want to say their names because this shit's really kind of sad. But it was a man and a woman who got married, and on the day of their marriage, she died in an accident. He was also injured in an accident. The mom is now trying to fight for the daughter's money. She's trying to take the daughter's money
because
away from her husband.
You were married to my daughter for 7 seconds and then she died.
So you don't think that he's entitled to that?
Because
I'm pretty sure if it was the other way around, you can be wait for her to spend his money.
I'm trying to see if it's a dick here or not.
Oh my goodness, yo, get off of her, young.
I don't think so though. I genuinely either
just DM her.
I'm not about to DM her. This is very Oh no, actually. That's a meaty tuck.
I told you.
Either she got a meaty tuck or a fat pussy.
I'm trying to tell you, it's beneficial for her to keep it.
It makes them more money.
Yeah.
If that's the
don't nobody want to play with no sewed up skin.
That's the lane that they want to go in.
All right, man.
And then it's better pleasure wise too.
Let's get off of that, all right?
Yeah.
So, what do you think about that? Do you think the mom should be entitled to the money?
I feel like they should do halvesies.
Fuck no.
They should go halvesies on it.
Fuck no.
That's still her mom, no?
Yeah, it's still her mom, but what do you mean that's not has anything to do with
I would
her?
want you to give my mom half that money.
I would take care of your mom, but that's because I care about y'all. But that's not what if her mom is lit and up already?
No, I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. We not
don't need that.
so
why? Do we know like why her mom is trying to get all of the money?
Because she said that this nigga didn't even fuck her. Like, you like, bro, you didn't even sleep in the bed with her. That's why. Now you about to take my daughter's money and
they didn't consummate their marriage or anything like that?
They signed the paperwork. And I'm pretty sure
they
bitch wasn't
signed
a
the
virgin.
paperwork beforehand.
And I'm pretty sure she wasn't a virgin, so let's not talk about sex being a consummation. She was giving it up to a nigga in high school, so that's not important.
What does that have to do with anything?
It's not important. That's what it has to do. I devalued it to show you it's not important.
Well, no. If her mother is saying that that's one of the reasons, that's why we're talking about it.
And I'm saying, and I'm reiterating.
You talk about, she was fucking before. She's a whore. She's not a virgin.
And what I'm saying is, I'm responding to the mom. Have
nothing to do with it.
Because you're not paying attention. You just want to react to buzzwords. I'm saying to the mom, the fact that they didn't consummate their marriage on their marriage night means nothing because she was probably getting that pussy away in high school.
I don't have nothing to do with nothing.
It has everything to do with anything. So you can't act like having sex with your daughter on the night of the marriage if it's important. If she was giving it to a nigga because he threw a 40-yard out. Like, come on. Let's be real if we're talking about it. The virginity of your
fucking
the
crazy.
Sex. No, it's the truth. The sex don't mean nothing anymore. All that shit is outdated. The fact that they signed paperwork, that is all his money.
If
he wants to be nice to her,
one of the points in their marriage, how long were they together?
A day. They were married a day.
No, how long were they together?
I think like 2 years.
If they made it a point to not have sex that entire time, then obviously this was something that was important to them, and that's probably why she brought it up.
She would have specified it. It wasn't in the article. She would have specified
you over here lying about she was yelling about she was fucking in high school.
No, I'm saying that
sound crazy.
You're just reacting to buzzwords. What I'm saying is consummating in and of itself is no longer important because of how we devalue
Obviously,
sex.
it's important to this woman.
No, it's not. She was just using
this
it as
specific
a point.
relationship.
She was just using it as a point on her side. She don't care about that. This girl was almost 20-something, 30 years old. She knows she was fucking something. Like the sex of her having with her husband does not matter. Mm-hmm. Like that don't matter. Why would it? Tell me why it would matter.
It would only matter if it was something that mattered to them as a couple. Yeah, if that was something that they were doing. If they were practicing abstinence to become closer emotionally, which is what people usually do, until they get married, and they were saving having sex until that. Like, I don't know why it would have to do with the money, but that's probably why she brought it up. She was like, the marriage was so short that they couldn't even do this very important part that was so important to them, that they were both very passionate about, that they both worked towards and were patient towards.
And when I'm telling you, ma'am, mama out there, that shit don't matter no more, right?
Like, she probably just used it to prove a point.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And that's my argument was that, like, that point is null and void because sex is so
no, the
normalized.
point being that the marriage was so short they couldn't get to that.
But that's not what I'm saying is, please listen. And what I am saying, what you're saying is true. In this day and age, what sex is, that don't matter. All that matters is that you signed your name on the paper.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying. All right, so let's get into, you heard about Navy Federal?
No, I didn't hear about Navy Federal.
So there was a article that went out that was basically exposing Navy Federal about some of their loan and business practices. And they were showing that if a white person was making $60K a year, he was twice as likely to get a loan than a black person making $140K. So damn, even when Olivia Pope's dad was saying we had to work twice as hard, we got to work 3 times as hard now.
Yeah, we gotta work 3 times as hard to get half as much. That's banks have always had those type of practices.
Wells Fargo's.
It's always been harder for black people to get loans. This isn't particularly like surprising. We just know that this bank is doing it also now.
Yeah, I mean, we had Wells Fargo. The thing is, like, I hate when stuff like this comes out because you always have people throughout the time always saying, oh, racism is over. We ended racism. People ain't getting discriminated. Yes, they are.
Systematically.
Like,
and this is what we've been telling you, is that this is a systematic problem. And then all the time, there are things that come out that prove to y'all that this is a systematic problem. And then it just goes over your heads, and you keep saying that it doesn't exist anymore.
No, it doesn't that it go over their heads. It's that it doesn't
fuck.
affect the people they care about. Yeah, they don't give a fuck because it's not affecting the people that they care about, because the people that they do care about aren't going to be. This is not going to be a hindrance to them.
Yeah,
that's not going to stop them. So as long as that goes on, then they're not going to. Oh, racism! You guys are just complaining. And it's like, no, I can show you lines of. I remember when I used to have talks in the group chat, and they used to say, oh, you always try to make everything about racism and about white. It's like, yes, because I can show you history, and you just tell me about how you feel.
I can make 6 figures and not get a loan. Like, how does that make sense?
I can show you houses of black families who had to take their pictures down off the wall to get a good appraisal. But no.
I had to tell my mother to, like, wipe all traces of us being black in her home when she gets it appraised.
Yeah, that's the only way that you can get a good appraisal.
So you can get the actual value of your home. And you have to have a white
person walk with them while they're appraising it. You need to have a white person act like they own the home.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, again, it's just, we can tell all these different ways that we can show, but because the people that y'all love, the people that y'all suck dick on, don't get affected by this, or are probably also helping these companies affect people like this, y'all don't care.
Not one bit.
It's disgusting, man. It's disgusting. All right, man. I got to bring the God up. It's time, man. We were supposed to really start the show with the young God, but it's cool. We got to bring Ye in the building. My boy been on a 10-minute rant.
Yeah. Kanye is having another
Don't do
manic episode.
Don't do that. Don't say that. Don't say that. We don't know what's going on right now.
He's having another manic episode.
We just know my man was in his bag. Okay.
Up my city. Your brother turned Obama hair white. Rahm Emanuel. Y'all don't do y'all facts. All y'all niggas want to talk about
entertainment.
Let me tell you, anybody ever talk to my red hat? Y'all put me in a fucking hospital. Fucking Chinese water torture. Oh, million questions. Everybody around me telling me I can't wear. Nigga, you can't tell me the color of my hat. Y'all can't tell me shit, nigga. None of y'all motherfuckers here with no Instagram, nobody living, nobody at, and I don't want to hear shit from none of these Jewish niggas talking about, oh, he's in an episode. Harvey passed to the fucking hotel. The nigga killed Aaron Carter, and now they act like they played a Backstreet Boy sample.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Harley Pasternak pusher.
You hear that?
Trainer. Harley Pasternak, Jay-Z. You get what I'm saying? And then niggas be hanging around these niggas just for the money or some Mike Rubin shit. I slap the
Hey, man, I love when he gets in this bag.
Kanye, the way when he goes on these rants and he just be jumping from point to point, like, I genuinely, like, I really want you to take a deep breath. I want you to write things down. I want you to slow down, and then I want you to maybe present them to us in a calmer fashion, because maybe you would make sense, and maybe I would be like, this nigga spitting. But the way you do that shit is just so frantic, and you sound out of breath, and you sound unstable.
I'm going to say this. I've been a Kanye fan since I was a young boy.
Mm-hmm.
And if you keep talking like that,
trying to make us fat. They want money to show you that money ain't nothing. It's our money, nigga. It's our country, nigga. It's like they stole it from us. It's pyramids, nigga. It's pyramids in St. Louis.
This is not our country. They didn't steal it from us.
Shit. America
They
just the
stole
latest
us to
bitch
bring
that
us
ran
here.
through so many times. The Greeks hit her. Mansa Musa hit her. We had her. The Indians and shit. The motherfucker. We had her. The Indians and shit. The motherfucker. We had her. The Indians and shit. The mother.
So yeah, now that was
What
what people.
did he mean Native Americans?
Yeah, you know how people be on the black people.
Like, nigga, come on.
Black people was Indians. We was Jews. We was everything.
if you dive really deep into the Hotep like line of history, then black people did go to China and England and the Americas and all of those things because we were traveling. We had ships, we could fucking travel.
Yeah, we wasn't idiots.
And then there were people who stayed there. So maybe
or got stranded.
So maybe you would have a couple very dark looking black Chinese people once in a while. And you would have Native Americans who are already colored.
Even then, you got to understand, we're the dominant species in regards to what's
yeah. So when we mix with things,
color. No, it's not even that. The mix, they came from us, so that came from our DNA changing and stuff. So there's already dark Asians. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
You know what I'm
so
saying?
it depends on where we landed too. Yeah.
So,
but yeah, we were traveling before then, so that's where that comes from.
But this is my favorite part right here.
The fact that you ain't listening to me, it's it. Ain't none of y'all niggas with me. I'm by my fucking self. Because ain't none of y'all niggas stand up for me. Ain't nobody stop. And shut up. Be quiet before you get exiled. So
that is my nigga. Was Yes Jules not in that room?
Yeah, she was.
Why the fuck was Yes Jules in that room?
She's a white girl with a fat ass. We can't say no. Okay, it's our kryptonite. Okay, great men like
she's a garbage trash bitch.
Great men like me, Jonathan Majors, and Kanye West. We can't help a fat butt white woman in the room. I'm sorry. That's our
on
crime.
you. You gonna lose everything.
That's our crime. We enjoy having a fat butt white woman in the room. I'm sorry.
Look at Jonathan Majors. Look at Kanye. Not in the best positions. Let's continue.
I hope I just don't get exiled.
You will by me.
You could be next to me. He had his wife next to him.
You know who else went through a shame ritual? What's his name? Farnsworth Bentley with Diddy. You remember his assistant that used to walk around holding an umbrella over Diddy's head?
Yeah, him and Jackie Long both did it.
Yeah.
That was what I was talking about on another episode about Jackie Long. They both was doing that weirdo shit. All right, hold on. I want to see something here I'm looking for.
They said Meek Mill is apparently Diddy's new power bottom.
Meek Mill will hold you down.
They said shit, there was a tweet. I don't remember who it was from. She was like, I got an idea of who else that's famous that's Diddy's power bottom. And then as soon as I got in the comments, everyone was like, Meek Mill, Shmeek Mill, Shmeek Mill, Shmeek Mill, Shmeek Mill. Stupid. And what's his name? Light skin. Very sad. I don't know his name.
What is
Osiris.
Oh, talking about the nigga.
Yeah, that's definitely. Something's happening to him.
So no, but I wanted to ask too about
allegedly.
Wanted to ask too about the Nicki beef with Kanye too.
Is it beef for real, or did he just want her to clear something that she didn't clear?
It's beefing when I'm asking you to do something for me and you didn't do it.
Yeah, maybe she's busy though, since she has a whole.
No, she said she wasn't going to do it because it's 3. You didn't see her live?
No, I didn't see her.
Yeah, she said she wasn't going to do it because it's been 3 years. She's not worried about it.
Just clear it.
She on some fuck shit, but she's Drake. She's aligned with Drake, so.
She most definitely has, yeah.
So
I mean, they label mates and stuff. They mans. That's like a little brother.
So I can definitely see where it kind of ties in from that. But this is speaking with
Adonis
Nicki.
and Big Papa are gonna have like play dates.
So let's stay on Nicki. So she did the Casanat stream for the Pink Friday 2.
Yes, looking like a crackhead. I love you, Nicki. I do. I'm sorry. I take that back. Because the Barbs, y'all gonna come for me. She was a little
unhinged,
a little bit concerning. Just a little bit.
Okay, no, let's start here, bro. She's 40 years old hanging out with a 20-year-old and on a stream. That's concerning already.
I mean, the 20-year-old does have millions of views on a regular basis. So I feel like that's probably why she's there. You got to do what you got to do. And he has access to a younger fan base that she's probably trying to tap back into.
So you going to go to his basement?
And then, is it a basement?
It's his room.
It seems like it's upstairs. Like it looks like upstairs.
No, it looks downstairs. To me,
Does
it looks downstairs. Yeah. Because if you can see, like sometimes when you see the door, it looks like people are walking down through his door.
I don't know. But I've seen
I'm
stuff
saying,
of their
he had
house though.
Lil
It's
RT.
upstairs. Everyone's
It might
room
be
is upstairs.
it might be,
Whatever.
who cares?
But
Lil RT was in the same place that she was at.
I think obviously she's trying to tap into like the TikTok fan base because that everybody that one song, as soon as that song came on, because I didn't listen to the whole album because it was like 25 tracks or something like that. I can't. But as soon as I heard that track, I was like, okay, she made this for TikTok specifically. So she's obviously she's marketing towards a younger demographic, and going on Kai Cenat's stream is the best way to reach them.
But the reason why I don't like this is because if she was a young streamer, if Kai was a girl and this was Drake going to a streamer, y'all would have all sorts of nasty shit to say about him.
Yes, because of the fact that she was like bent over, twerking, doing all that stuff. Like you could have been on there normal and just been like she was talking to him about, she was like, oh, what happened to that little girl you was talking to? Like, how were you acting? Giving him like dating advice. She was like, oh, don't act up, like act like this. That was cute.
That's cool.
She was giving him like big sister advice. I feel like on that, and just like him being super excited and her being Nicki Minaj and be like, that was cute too. But just the couple clips of her like grinding and bent over and twerking and all that stuff, I feel like that's the only thing that made it seem like, why is she here with these young niggas?
Hey, this shit look weird.
Yeah.
This shit just look weird. Like, again, my thing is this. The only reason I have a problem with it is because I know if the roles were reversed, we would be shitting on this nigga, calling him all nasty.
Yeah. 100%.
Like, that's the main reason I have a problem with it. We do all this shit with male acts, and we make them have to be like, oh, you got to be this kind of person around these kind of group of women, but then we allow women to get 40, 50 years old and still continue to act like children, and nobody says anything to them. So I'm going to call it out when I see it. Fuck it. What you gonna do if you have an event and one of your homegirls wear her natural hair? You sizing her up?
What?
So you didn't see that podcast? So this is, for some
like
reason, hold on.
no.
Let me break it down so the people know what's going on. So there was a podcast with these African women on there, and for some reason, the African podcast and media world just seems to be.
Is it 3 African women?
Mm-hmm. It's like 10 years behind
them.
us. They're like 10 years behind us. But they had a conversation where they were basically asking, "Is it cool for a woman to wear her natural hair to like a wedding or your birthday event, something like that?"
That's a dumbass question, and y'all have a lot of self-hatred that's rooted in anti-blackness, because the thought that our hair isn't fancy and it's not appropriate for like luxury environments and events and stuff like that it's anti-black. Like, that's literally what it is. Your hair is put together in a fro. You spent 6 hours detangling, deep conditioning, twisting, putting your lotions, potions, drying it. Like, you bitches that think that braids aren't a birthday hairstyle, you bitches that think that a fro isn't a birthday hairstyle, like, I need y'all to release yourselves from the shackles of white beauty standards, because that's exactly what it is. And I've fallen into that too. It's very easy to fall into that as a black woman living in the United States specifically. I don't know about everywhere else because I don't live there, so I can't speak to that. But like, there's a certain standard that's pushed to us on a regular basis. And then I've used to find myself thinking that like I didn't look feminine enough with the hair that grows out of my scalp. Is that not unhinged? Like, is that not like mentally unstable as a thought process? It is. That's fucked up. And it's fucking stupid. Your natural hair is fancy. You spent so much more time than that white girl with her straight hair on your like, it's fancy, bitch. It looks good. You look put together. You look done up. And you look feminine as fuck. And you're ethereal, and you did that, bitch. And that's it.
So if it's just like, what if she don't do nothing to it? Like, what if she Blue Ivy it? Like, early Blue Ivy it to your wedding? You gonna have a problem? Are you taking pictures? You wasn't even trying to take pictures with people who didn't wear the colors you wanted. So
because I told them to wear them specific colors. So what the fuck did you like? What?
I'm just saying, like, I wouldn't imagine.
Like if
I wouldn't imagine you would want to take a picture with the nappy bro girl either.
A dress code is different than the hair that grows naturally out of your head, because you put this on specifically saying fuck the dress code that you set, right? But your hair didn't grow out saying fuck anything that I...
No, but you said fuck when I looked at my hair and said fuck it. Like, you saw that it wasn't tamed, that it wasn't right. That's like if I came to our joint without a haircut. You would have looked at me like I was Steph Curry.
Yeah, you definitely need a haircut.
So, okay. That's what I'm saying. Like, but that's what the hair that comes out of my hair.
I'm telling you that, like...
Just keep it a bean. You may not be like, hey, you got to have a no fro policy, but you know these chicks can't come up here with no regular hair around you for your event.
They definitely can.
If any of your friends would have came for your birthday with their hair looking tore up, you would have asked them to leave.
No, I wouldn't have.
Yes, you would have.
No, I would not.
The place that we went to, you would have asked them to leave.
No, I would not have.
Okay. They over there would have looked like Raggedy Ann with us.
I
you would have told them to leave.
1000% wouldn't have.
If somebody was over there looking like Raggedy Ann with us at the teapot,
there's zero way I would have did that.
You would have did that.
No, I wouldn't have.
I believe that wholeheartedly.
That's why I don't like when you have these things, because like you think I'm a piece of shit?
You want? Oh my goodness! Why do you take it that far?
You think I'm a piece of? He thinks I'm a piece of shit.
Why do you take it that far?
Because anybody who like, if you my friend, if you're my friend and I invite you to my birthday event, and your hair doesn't look great, I'ma ask you to leave. I'm an evil bitch.
I don't think that makes you evil.
I'm an evil bitch.
That doesn't make you evil. But that makes you want to have a certain kind of look around. You don't want to have
pictures.
You don't want to have memories associated with this chick and her busted
not
ass,
at all. Not at all. I want
to
to have memories with the people who treat me nice. I want to have memories with the people who fucking I have the best laughs with. I want to have memories with the people who I have the best time with. If I have the best time with you and you show up looking a hot mess, but I'm you a blast, bitch, I'm gonna invite you every single time. Every single time.
I don't believe it. We'll see it.
Like, it's just he hasn't seen. I don't have a huge circle, like huge social circle here in Atlanta, so he hasn't really seen me hang out with anybody for real. That's definitely not true though. And if you the type of bitch that like is like, oh, you can't be in my wedding party because you have locks. I hate you. I hate you specifically, bitch. I hate you. And I think you're an evil bitch. I do.
Wasn't there somebody who was like, she didn't let nobody in the wedding that didn't have a BBL like earlier this year?
There was a rapper who said that she didn't let anybody in any girls in her section with her when she goes to the club.
Oh, okay.
That don't have their bodies done.
Okay. I remember that was somewhere in my head.
Yeah. And her face was horrible. Just a horrible looking bitch.
Well,
so
when you got to get your body done usually because the foundation to get your face done.
So it was specifically hilarious that she would say that because, bitch, you look like nothing.
All right. So we got a few more things to wrap up with. We got to get into our girl Cardi, man. We talked about it a little bit last week, but we done got some more. Should we play the video?
Cardi was on Instagram Live, hooping and hollering, yelling about Offset.
Do you want to play that?
Yeah, apparently Offset, we talked about it last week. Fuck fuck Krishan. Allegedly. And then also Cardi B apparently it's not alleged, really. She drained Offset's bank account.
Well, what the story was that she pulled her money out of the accounts. So she didn't
Which would be draining his account because that nigga don't got no money.
Or well, if you look at my
that last solo album was,
and that's why I like the pictures that nigga posted. That nigga posted him with the bread. Let you know no bitch can break me down.
Yeah. Damn, I forgot what I was about to say.
Because I just came with that fire.
Yeah, you just came with some fucking nonsense. But what were you gonna say?
That shit was player. I think that was player. That's how you supposed to do it. If you out here tripping, acting like I can't go out on my birthday, calling my album ass.
It was ass though.
Well, okay then. Well, I'm gonna show mine.
Because like
I'm gonna show mine then. Since my album was ass.
And then Offset, when did you take that picture? We don't know.
He in Dubai right now with Gunna. We making moves.
With Gunna?
Yeah.
I think Chris Brown is in Dubai too. He was
in there dancing in the desert.
Yeah,
What
fucking
goofball.
crack ass behavior. He was
Like
crumping with the sand, picked
like-
up the sand, was sprinkling the
That
sand
was the
while
other
he
dude,
was
right?
crumping.
I thought it was
No, that was
he
Chris Brown.
Oh, that was the other dude that picked up the
Crackhead
sand.
ass. Chris Brown is a crackhead.
We have to keep it a bean.
Chris Crack.
We have to keep it a bean though. We can't allow for this. Chris Brown, get some new dance moves, my nigga. You cat daddy. We saw that. We've seen you crump. You crumping overseas now. Like it's time to invent a new dance or fall back. Like
You do your little crack flips
I don't want to see
and
it
your
no
little
more.
crack crump.
I'm tired of it.
We're tired of the crack dances.
I'm tired of you free basing while you dance. Or this is one I want to get to. But we got anything else for Cardi? Do we want to play the video just to hear? I don't want to hear.
I don't want to hear it either.
I've made too many women cry like that. I don't really
she
like
was
that.
fucking unhinged.
Yeah.
Like
Too many women I've made make that noise, so I don't want to hear that. Cause they make you feel bad. It's like, yo, you knew I wasn't really fucking with you like that. Like, why are you acting like that? Like, I was with my ex-girlfriend while you knew that. Like, don't do that. Don't cry like that. That's just the worst. Like,
I know that may seem like he just pulled that out of nowhere. He didn't. That's a specific situation. That girl should have put her hands on him.
She tried to, but I stopped her.
Like
She tried to hit me with a bottle.
She should have broke the bottle and stabbed you with it.
She tried to.
And then
this all happened. I stopped it. I
Stop
stopped
it with your hands. Stab you. You should have got harmed bodily in that situation in some way, shape, or form.
No, if anything, the event probably looks similar to Jonathan Majors, where I stopped the bottle, threw it into the road, and extended forward with my hands. You see how I got around that? You see how I got around that, Priya?
Yeah.
You want to take notes? Stupid bitch.
You mad at her?
That shit, no, I would have slapped her. If Megan Good should have slapped Priya. Like, for real. All right, this is what I want to
Let's keep it a beat. Megan Good don't give a fuck what happened to Jonathan Majors.
You sick as fuck. You sick as fuck.
She's just waiting till that
she
contract
40 years
run
old.
out.
She 40 years old. She want this nigga to be around. She going.
The contract is going to run out.
She is going to weigh the water, and she going to want. What you told me? She just got a season 3 of Harlem. She is straight. I gotta watch season 2 too, but she just got season 3 of Harlem. Like, she is good.
I gotta watch that show.
She is in good graces. All right, we gotta talk about your op, the nigga you hate.
Fucking Shannon, you bitch.
Before we keep, you don't never. We've been doing 20 episodes of this, and she don't know to wait.
I mean, I feel like that gets them hooked. I'd be like, bitch, and then you explain what happened.
All right, so he was with our boy Kurt Franklin, and they were having some talks about dating. I'm gonna just do the first little portion of it because I think it's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
What are your thoughts on 50-50 relationships?
What does that mean? 50-50 relationships.
You pay half, I pay half.
I'm old school.
See, that's me.
I'm old school. I'm gonna pay for everything.
But hold on, if you pay for everything, are you expecting old school values in a new school woman? Because that's not how they're wired.
But they can
Shut the
be.
fuck up.
I think that.
Hold on, was that Shannon Samuels that I just heard right there?
Bro, like
that was Shannon Samuels right
the
there.
hell? Continue it though.
Every woman would be grateful for a man to step up and take leadership in the right way. The problem is the lack of love, compassion, and the lack of still having a voice in your significant other is the thing that we as men fail at. It's because there is this authoritarian mindset that we also have that if I'm contributing and leading everything, that I contribute and lead everything.
Right.
But there still should be an equal voice and an opinion and view that we must consider, that we must acquiesce to at times, because there's a wisdom and a knowledge that a woman brings to the table that we benefit from. And so,
So, I thought it was interesting.
I do want you to fast forward a little bit when he is like, I'm gonna put you on game, like sun him a little bit.
Raised.
Just like it's like a tiny bit.
the prettiest chick.
Yeah,
because she keep on laughing.
You know,
women love to laugh.
I'm using a bit of a link. Girl, I ain't taking you to
We
that
just
place.
cut the middle
Because
part
I
of
ain't
us
got the
trying to find
money.
it out.
Was that it? Was that the part you wanted to play?
No, I wanted to. He called. So after this part of the conversation, they continue, and then Kirk was like, Shannon asks him like another dumbass, like one of those podcasty relationship questions, and then Kirk was like, sits up and he's like, "Let me put you on game, son."
I think that's what you're talking about, the laugh part, making them laugh.
Okay, yeah. So he's like, "Let me put you on game, son." Shannon Sharpe is 55 years old. Kirk Franklin is 53. I thought Shannon Sharpe, like now knowing that he's 55 years old, that does make sense. But because of the way he speaks and his opinions on things of that nature, like I thought he was much younger. He does seem like,
He's just ripped.
yeah, he seems like maybe 40. He doesn't seem like a 55. He does not have the sentiments of a 55-year-old man. Why are you, as a grown-ass 55-year-old man, talking about 50-50 splits in relationships and these women want this and that from me and whatever? Like, you sound...
I can tell you why.
You were trying to cater to, like, a different demographic. You're not trying to cater to your demographic of men.
No,
you sound fucking...
No, he's always been like this. He's always spoken like this, even before. What you got to understand.
So he just hasn't grown in his old age.
No, it's not that he hasn't grown. He understand. He don't value pussy for the sake of pussy.
You think Kirk Franklin values pussy for the sake of pussy?
When you say,
which is why
I'm going to tell you yes. Yes, because when you say you're doing something because she is a woman and that is the only reason, that means you value pussy for the sake of pussy. Because
I don't.
what that's I'm gonna explain.
I need you to, yeah.
What Shannon Sharpe is saying is, if anything, he's saying something that's extremely feminist. I want a woman who is capable and who can bring something here that I can build with, because I already have my establishment. I want you. He wants you to be busy. He talks about it on the show all the time. He wants you to be busy.
We're not talking about him talking on the show.
You talking about the 50-50.
This clip specifically,
And
yeah.
the 50
and then
I'm
he's talking about
explaining
50-50 on a date. And then if you listen to it more, he's specifically talking about 50-50 on a date on the first couple dates.
Yeah. Because he wants to come from a woman where the money isn't even nothing. You got your own. So whoever pays is pay. I may pay this date, you pay the second date. Like, to him, he doesn't want it to be like you need me, which is cool, because that can be annoying for some men when that's not something you value from the women that you get. From him, and as somebody I can speak to a little bit of this. When you kind of have either kids at a really young age, or with him where it's so readily accessible, and when you do quote unquote mess up, there's so many consequences on you. Kind of view, if she's not an active business, if I don't see something that in regards to business or just the branding that she brings that I can actually sink my teeth in and build something from, if there's not really fertile soil with this person, then it's just a good time.
I genuinely feel like Shannon is still too old to be having this specific conversation, because when he said, Kirk was like, why wouldn't you want to pay for her? Why would you go out with somebody that you don't want to treat nice things to? Why wouldn't you want to go out with somebody that you want to treat nicely? Why would you want to even spend any time with a woman that you don't want to, like, dote on and do all of that stuff for?
I can answer that.
Because at the same token, or at the same time, as a woman, regardless of the fact that I do have my own money and I can easily pay for this first date, this second date, this third date, like, I want you to want to do that for me. It's not about the monetary value. It's about you wanting to take care of me. So if I require that,
I'm glad you said
if
that.
I require that, then I want you to naturally want to do that. It's okay if you don't naturally want to do that. I'm going to take a step back and I'm going to find somebody who naturally wants to do that.
I'm glad you said that, because you know what was interesting between average women in sex work, women that's high earning and successful women. You know what's the common flaw between all of y'all?
Mm-hmm.
That y'all are all women. And I mean that. I'm not saying that the fact that y'all are women like y'all less than. I'm saying that the fact that y'all require, even though y'all do all of these different revolutionary things, y'all still require to be treated like the quintessential 50s woman, even though y'all aren't her. And that's where it's like, that doesn't make sense to a man in his brain.
I'm just telling you. That's when I said take care of me.
I know, but you're talking about that. When you say that you're coming from a traditional mindset.
I'm talking about just like having a man around that I know is solid.
But that's what I'm saying. But y'all say these words, but the actions behind it means him paying for stuff. That means him doing things where you don't have to come out of pocket.
It's him being there.
But the action about
like,
it wouldn't matter. Listen. It wouldn't matter if he was there and you brought your credit card out, would it? If he right there to hand it.
It's not only him paying for stuff. It's
yes,
him.
It is because
you value monetary things a lot. So when I say him being there, it's you making time for me on a regular basis. Like you wanting to take care of me, and doing that is usually is indicative of you just generally liking my presence, you wanting to keep me around, and then the man who does want to take care of you usually just treats you well in general.
And again, all of that comes from
it's
the
not
money.
always
yes,
it's not always monetary.
Yes, it
is.
is.
Because if
you can't do nothing without money.
If you pay all the bills, but you're never here, and I never see you, our kids are complaining, where's daddy, where's daddy, where's daddy? Baseball game, no daddy. Ballet recital, no daddy. I'm going to sleep. I'm masturbating every night. I'm fucking no daddy, this and that. Everyone's unhappy. You're only satisfying part of your duty as a husband. That's part of it. Yes, but you still like you have to be there emotionally and physically for your family.
And I'm so glad all this.
And I'm just saying that like
you have jumped to 3 different things. First we talked about
because I'm telling you that this is not only a monetary thing, and I'm explaining to you the rest of the things that in the circle, like that the one green flag, you wanting to take care of me, usually means that all of these other things are going to fall in line. It doesn't always work out that way.
Okay, and now, like I said, here, you jump from first date to dating to marriage in your conversation. So you jump through all of those loops. And at the end of the day, my part is you can care all you want. If you don't have money to perform the caring, that caring don't mean shit. I promise you it don't. You can say that all you want, but it don't matter. So like I said, I could be there right next to you. We could have had a great day. We can talk about our first date. We had a great time. And if I asked you to pay for it, what would you have said afterwards? You wouldn't have talked to me no more, right? We could have had the best time we had, but because you had to pay, now you looking less at me. And what I'm saying is that is the flaw with y'all as women.
But that's not only because you made me pay.
But that's what I'm saying. I just said we had the exact same good time up until the point of paying, and you paid. You would be turned off. No?
Because I would think that your values are completely different.
Okay, then, like I said, because I didn't pay, you would be turned off. Now, whatever assumptions you will make from it, that's whatever assumption you need to validate it. But again, because I didn't pay, you would have made that assumption. And that's all that's going on here. All he's saying is, hey, I want to go after women who don't look at money like that. Like I look at money like it's nothing. Who she wouldn't even care if she paid. She wouldn't even notice if she paid 4 or 5 times in a row because she doesn't look at it like that. But because most women, even if they're successful or not, they still want to be treated like women, that becomes the flaw in many relationships.
We'll agree to disagree.
I mean, of course. But I'm just saying my points is what my points. Like in regarding to dating, in regarding to any of the things that we talked about, those things it's the flaw. It's the fact that you want one thing, which is regarding to being your own individual person. And then 2, you still want this man to act like a
and that's what Kirk did say in the interview too. He said that like just because you're paying for things doesn't mean that you're like the head of everything. You need to take this woman's opinion into consideration.
He said you should take it. You're right.
Yes, you should because she does have valuable things.
Kings listen to their people in their court. The kings listen to their court. But you know who makes the decision at the end of the day? You know who wears the crown? Who's on the throne? The king. But the king listens to his court. A good king does. But he still is the authoritarian that's making the rule. Because you
Nobody
know what?
was arguing that.
But what I'm saying
I'm
is...
just telling you that it's not solely the monetary value that makes that thing valuable.
The thing is, the reason why you keep saying that is because you're not letting me land. My landing would have been the fact that means if he's going to be the king, you need to subjugate yourself. But if you're not going to subjugate yourself, stop saying you want a king. You don't.
What does subjugating myself have to do with the fact that I'm trying to prove
Because
to
you want a king.
that
I just explained it.
okay.
I just explained it. That's why I say it's hard talking to these
Lord
ladies.
have mercy.
Even when it go back to the abortion conversation, like I remember, this is when I really learned that about y'all, is that no matter how many degrees y'all have, no matter how intelligent y'all can show, y'all brain will always go to a women brain. And I got that because we were talking about abortion.
Your brain always goes to man brain, and you
You're
just
right.
think it's superior, and it sounds stupid as shit to me.
No, it's
Just
not.
like I be sounding
Because
stupid
you're not
as shit to
listening.
you.
You don't be sounding
as
stupid.
shit.
You don't be sounding stupid. You sound like you have certain expectations that maybe you're not fulfilling in other areas. That's why there's conflict. I never say you sound stupid. I say you
ahead.
sound like a woman.
Go ahead.
You see that? There's a difference. But no, what I was saying is I was talking to her and we were talking about abortions. And essentially we came to I argued to no other way to this conversation. Like, well, because you are the person who chooses to have the abortion, at the end of the day, it's everything falls upon you for the most part. And granted, this woman, again, smart woman, multiple degrees, couldn't give me a reason. All she kept saying was feelings. She couldn't explain biology or nothing. And that's what it hit me. Like, oh, no matter what, you're still going to be a woman, and in your brain, you think you're supposed to be protected and taken care of by a man in any kind of situation, no matter who makes the choice. And that's what, for the most part, y'all think like. That's not a bad thing. It's just, if you're going to think like that, that comes with being, hey, I got to take a step down. If I want to be Miss Woman, then guess what? That means I have to defend that.
Mm-hmm.
That's all. You want to get into Magical Negroes? And we can wrap it up?
Yeah.
All right. How do you want to start this? I know you're upset.
The trailer for the Historical Society of Magical Negroes.
Before we do it, can I give a little pretext?
That's what I was about to do.
No, not for the movie, for you. So
That's what I
don't
was about to do.
Well, I think it's better if I do it. So let me tell y'all about my little baby here, okay? I got her a little Hogwarts game. She love her some magic. She love her some little space adventures. She just likes fiction and fantasy. So when I saw this movie,
girly.
American Society of Magical Negroes, she was the first person I thought of. So like I do a lot of things, I have to watch it beforehand to make sure, this is going to be something she likes and something that's appropriate.
But I saw this months ago.
Don't be seeing
Before
things
the trailer.
Don't be seeing things months before.
Before the trailer came out, I saw just like the title block. I didn't know what this was about. Continue.
So
I
it
was
looks like
super
this
excited.
looks like it's up her alley. I'm thinking she's got her own little Negro Hogsworth.
I thought it was gonna be a nigger Hogsworth. Why did I say nigger?
I don't know. I said Negro. But what came out to be was the absolute worst. So this movie is about a group or society of magical Negroes who don't support Negroes, but their job is to make white people happy.
The entire movie is literally just them trying to keep white people happy, to keep some type of balance.
So they don't
because
do super
white
racism.
happiness is just so integral to just like the world
And not only
running
did they
for
spit
some
on my
goddamn
baby,
reason.
and not only did they just spit on my baby with their idea, they took their fucking trousers down and pissed on her because this man's love interest is a white woman.
So you got we came out with a movie. Couple months ago, I see the title card, American Society for Magical Magical Negroes. I'm like super excited. This trailer comes out. It's black people literally like, I thought that this movie could go two ways. I thought it could be literally like Black Hogwarts, or I thought it could be very satirical, like a take on like the magical Negro prototype in all of the movies. And I thought it could just be a very like hard-hitting, sarcastic, like we are more than just your comedic relief, your
sidekick,
your feel-good moment, like the Green Book with Mahershala Ali, right?
I thought
that,
you talking about the Green Book? I thought you talking about the Green Mile.
That might have been the same thing.
That wasn't Mahershala Ali though. That was
okay. So even though I thought it would be that, it was literally the worst thing that it could have possibly been. It's It's a Uncle Sam movie. Like, it's an Uncle Tom movie. It's a coon movie. It's a magical coon movie.
It's the American Society of Uncle Ruckus.
Literally. All they care about is white happiness. And I guess, and then the main character is this little biracial boy.
Not too much.
You're not biracial.
I know, but I'm yellow. Me and him are a similar hue.
It don't matter. You're a fully black man.
I am, but
That's not something that you
can't tell me what I can feel. I know what people say things about me not being a fully magical Negro. Okay?
The fuck? Talk about not too much like you're not a fully blooded black man. You're not biracial one bit. It doesn't
I'm technically
have anything to do with you.
in the past.
Y'all sorted, but y'all sorted within yourselves. You have 100% your DNA. So no, put that down. It was really, so you got this little biracial boy chasing around white people trying to make them happy. You got this old dark-skinned black man built like, you's got to make the whites the happiest. Please stop bucking back, little light-skinned boy. Please don't love this white woman. I hate it.
Isn't that, what is his
I'm
name,
going to
Jeffrey?
boycott it.
Isn't that dude named Jeffrey?
I'm going to boycott it so hard. I'm going to actively start a campaign to get people to not watch this fucking movie. I don't even give a fuck that there are black actors in this movie. Because were y'all filming this through the strike to have this put out so quickly? Y'all were working potentially to make this fucking bullshit nonsense? Are you dumb?
To be fair though, if you've seen the title card a few months ago, then that means they probably already close to shooting before the strike was over with.
Let me get my shit off. The
Saying,
fuck?
You told on yourself. I'm just going by the information you said.
Yeah, but when this was generally so disappointing, and I haven't been more disappointed by a trailer and then the movie since Stomp the Yard, and y'all killed Chris Brown 3 minutes into the movie, and that was before we all hated him.
I think that was probably close around the same time.
It was a different time. We didn't fully hate him yet because we didn't love ourselves as women and misogyny.
No, I mean, I know the old trope of the magical Negro. Like, I'm familiar with that. And
Key
what
and
that
Peele
means.
had a
they did
magical
plenty of them.
Negro skit.
Yeah, like I said, we talked about something. We said we addressed a few movies that have that same trope in there.
Yeah.
My thing is this with like, what y'all thought they was gonna fund? Do y'all not know how movies work? These crackers ain't caring about us.
They only made one season of Lovecraft Country, and it was like, oh.
Like, I don't think y'all understand. These crackers is not putting money behind our shit. Like, that's not how this is finna go down.
And then
like,
when we put our own money behind our own shit, we get Tubi quality.
Well, don't do that because that's not fair. That's not fair.
That's gonna hit though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's still not fair. What I'm saying is, in regards to that, is the only way we're going to get money for this movie is if you center whiteness. Like, nobody's sitting here like, oh, we're gonna make a movie for 14% of the population. Like, nobody's saying that.
Yeah, that is fair, but it's just, I as a black am very upset.
Yeah, I mean, of course, but I think that's why you need to stop shitting on Tubi movies and start trying to be understanding on what the production that they're able to do with the limited resources and go from there.
The thing is,
we forgot to talk about the old Tubi.
The stories don't be making sense. The acting be bad. The camera angles be bad.
It's tough because
it's just like, but it's the writing too. Like the writing, I think generally just has to be okay.
Yeah,
but the writing there be plot holes.
Well, the writing usually
the character
sucks
development.
The director is usually the writer too.
The character development is lacking. Like, everything about them is bad. So let's just not use. I think it's better if we just not use Tubi movies as an example of black cinema. General.
I'm not using it as black
very
cinema.
Subpar.
But see, that's the thing. You're looking at it from the production. I'm looking at it from the ownership side of it. These are independent people producing a production.
I'm criticizing only the writers.
Again, but that all of that correlates into each other because it's important to have that kind of funding going all the way through. And if you don't have it, you're going to have to take holes because these cameras is expensive. That's where most of these folks' budget and money is going to, is renting this equipment and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got to take the time to write it. You don't have a lot of rewriters. You probably don't have afforded people to edit it. So it's just like I said, I want to give grace to the small independent creators like that because I know it ain't easy. That fucking the Lifetime would have never produced the rapper that got shot in the heel.
And Tubi shouldn't have either.
They didn't. It's an independent team.
Whoever,
Tubi is just a platform.
Whoever financed that shouldn't have financed that. That's what I'm saying.
Nah, shout out to him because he also did the nurse who saw a baby on the road. He did.
He did. Because why are the titles? Like, y'all have no creativity whatsoever.
That is creative though.
The rapper who got shot in the heel?
It's the rapper who got shot in the heel. That's see, okay. You want it to be some type of magical. No, that's creative.
You could have called it foot job.
No, that wouldn't have sold. Then nobody would know what they were talked about.
First of all, you would have got a bunch of people wondering what this is, and then you would have got all the foot niggas, which is like 7 million niggas.
That's a dream way to market that.
That's like 7 million niggas.
No, that's dreams.
The feet niggas is rolling deep.
They are rolling deep. I'm not saying they're not. It's just that's just rolling. That's just dreams right there.
Ooh.
All right. So we got anything else we gonna talk about before we let go?
No, that is all.
All right, man. We want to thank y'all again, man. Talk FNF TV. We,
follow us on all of the social medias. Talk.fnf.tv, TikTok, Instagram. Subscribe on YouTube if you haven't yet. Hit the like, subscribe, leave a little comment. We love you. We appreciate you for supporting. Have a good night, guys.
Fuck with us. We out of here. Priya.
Bye.
You've been disbarred.